Oi, 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 oi. In my homage to Lee Gunner, my brother, who I will be going to see at the end of next month. I've already booked my flights to go and see the man, but we are drinking the Mikel Arteta is an absolute coward pint. Big up to you, Lee Gunner, brother. Big up to you, brother. Wow. What a shower of shit that was yesterday. We were going to get all into it.
Yeah, the Arsenal doesn't know how to fucking play offense. Cush pack.
Roach pack.
We are downing the fucking haven't been able to assemble a fucking sharp attack since 22-23 season.
Swear to Christ, man. It's
pack.
insane.
We are smoking the live resin train wreck pack tonight, boys.
Wow. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. It wasn't pretty. Look, before we get into it, let me just say big up to people and big up to Rashid as well for raiding over. Let me just say hello to the people in the chat, and then we'll get started because there's not going to be no surprise where we're going to start. Big up to Sully, man. Big up to you, brother. Always a pleasure to see you. Martin Taps in the building, man. Come on. Always a pleasure, man. We got COYG in here as well. The link will be going out very, 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 very soon. Darren Martin in the building. Big up to you, brother. You're always over here. Big up to you, my friend. Yeah, and Rashid Ray. Big up DG. Big up Paris as well, brother. Big up Ryan, mate. Always nice to see people over here. Lynch is in the building. Endo's decided to come over and give us a little hello. Big up to you, brother. Big up to Benji. Big up to Black Crow. How are you both doing, man? Hope you're well. Brother. That's it, man. We got Andy in the building. Big up to you, brother. Hope you're all good, mate. Who else we got in the building before we started? We got JCG in the building. J to the Z to the G. Come on, man. Absolute fridge to the freezer. The assembled's in the building. Big up to you, brother. Hope you are all right, mate. Who else we got? We got Mohammed's in the building. He's coming to say hello. I'll probably read over them in a second, man, when one of the guys are having a little chat. But yeah, let's just open off. Let's just kick it straight off. I sat there. Now, Brentford, you guys geographically won't know how close it is to me. Brentford's about a 20-minute drive. Darren Sullivan will know in the chat. We're quite close geographically. Brentford, with no traffic, their stadium's probably about a 20-minute drive. Easy drive off the M4. Nice, easy drive. I was sitting there, chilled in my seat, watching the football. Quite nervy, but, you know, just thinking, look, we got to do it. Wondering what we're going to expecting stinky football, hoping that they're just going to blow the team out the park. You know, just show what champions do, smash them to pieces. Or are we just going to get that ugly win? Yeah, accept it. I'll take it. Hands up. I'll take it. 45 minutes pass. 45 minutes of my life pass. 45 minutes of my life pass that no one will ever get back. You won't get back. You won't get back. I won't get back. Chat, you will never get that first 45 minutes back. 45 minutes FC. We weren't even 45 minutes FC. We come out the second half. Oh, well. Oh, good for you. Fantastic. We've decided to play football now in the second half. Why not do that in minute 1? Why do that in minute 45? Why do that on minute 45, boys? Why do we have to fucking start playing in the second half? Why do we think that it's easier to get 3 points over 45 minutes than it is fucking 90? What's wrong with this team? Oh, what the players? No, it's the players' fault, not Mikel Arteta's fault. Well, okay, so when the players go in at half time, whose fault is it for getting to come out with a different attitude? Oh, the manager. Oh, so it's also the manager's fault, is it? What one is it? I don't ever understand. Is it everyone's fault? Is it the manager's fault? The players' fault? Yes, for sure. But manager, what are you doing, bruv? What are you doing? Why do you have to have 45 minutes before you realise that you fucked up? 45 minutes. What a waste. I have never seen such a travesty, a pathetic shower of shit, a waste of my time, an absolute shit show of a fucking performance. We were supposed to be clawing back a little bit of pressure applied for Manchester City. Little bit of pressure. And look what we've done. The arse just absolutely fell out, didn't it? Do you know what I mean? And it's rolling down all the way to the fucking ankles. It's ridiculous. The performances, we'll all get into it because I'm just going to roll over it very quickly, and then we'll get the Doc, we'll get the Gianni, and then we'll get the Natster. Big up the Natster. What are we doing? I just sat there and watched that performance. I looked over to my missus. She looked up at me, and she went, "This is what you fucking pay to go and watch." I went, "I know." She went, "You some sort of cunt." I went, "Yeah, I am." She looked at what she said to me. I'm honest, I'm not joking. She looked at me. I was like, yeah, that's it. I was like, why? I was like, I don't know. I'm a junkie. I'm an Arsenal junkie. If I could get off it, I would, especially under this fall. But I can't. So I'm here. I'm stuck. I'm stuck watching that shit right in front of me, my telly. No good. 45 minutes of absolute dross. 45 minutes of, are you the title challengers? Are you the top best team in England? Are you best footballing side in England? Apparently, we've sort of all heard. What on earth was that? And the result, 1-1. That ain't cutting it. Now, I've heard people on panels, ladies and gentlemen. I've heard people on panels that are coming in and going, well, I can't quite get my mind around whether that's 2 points lost or 1 point gain, or I'm just like, are you a fucking retard? What do you mean? What world are you sitting in where you are top of the Premier League? Your 9 point gap, or should have been 12, has now been closed to 6, now been closed to 3. You have the opportunity to close it back up to 6. You put it back to 4, and you think that's a point gained. Away at Brentford. Away at Brentford. I'll say it again. Away at Brentford. Away at Brentford. Is it a tricky place? Yes. It is a tricky place to go. Do you know what? Top teams do that last year. Liverpool were winning them fixtures. I'm not saying maybe they didn't win the corresponding fixture, but the corresponding fixture of equal pressure away from home to apply pressure or to finish the title race, Liverpool were winning that last season. Manchester City were winning it the season before. Manchester City were winning that the season before that. Then the season before that. Then the season before that. And guess what? Liverpool with Mohamed Salah and Mane and Firmino done the season before that. They done that. That's what they done. They were winning them games. Guess what they've all got in common, ladies and gentlemen? They all fucking went on and won the league. They all went and won the league. Yeah, because they won games like that. We decided that we wouldn't even show up for half of it. For 50% of that game, we just thought, fuck it. We'll just stroll into the 45th minute. Fuck it. No one will notice. Like that late geezer at a party when everyone's vibing. Hey, Aaron's here. How you doing? How you doing? All right. Yeah. We'll just fucking show up at half time. Fuck it. No one will notice. Don't worry about all the fans that have probably... and it's only Brentford. Don't worry about all the fans that have travelled. Don't worry about all of them lot soaking fucking wet in the stands, freezing cold. Don't worry about all of them lot. They're all right. They're all cool. We just do this for 45 minutes. Travesty football, Rocky Dennis football, ugly football, Ian Dowie football. What are we doing here? That was absolute shambles. Shower shit. And people expect me to be confident. Whoa, Aaron, if you'd have took it at the start, shut the fuck up. No, bollocks. And there's no, if at the start of the season I'd have took it. Yes. Granted, I would. I've got the context of fucking 25, 26 games, and that was shit. And it's getting worse. And do you know who are getting better? Them lot. I'm gonna stop my rant because I could keep going. And it's not the show for that. It's a calling show, and we've got a guest to my right. You may recognise him. He's the Doc. You don't want to get on the wrong side of the Doc. He put the rubber glove on and doing. You know what I mean? You don't want that shit. How you doing, my brother?
So it's matches like yesterday, right? It's matches like yesterday. Why I spent so much money going to medical school. It's why I had spent years doing my residency. It's why I had opened up my own clinic here at London Colney Renal Center. Practicing proctology, because let me tell you, Artetasexuals, y'all need to be running, not walking to this practice and signing up for an appointment. The fact that we are still having to have this conversation about if is it 1 point gain or 2 points lost? It's 2 points lost. You know, like we're in what, phase 7,639. You know, like we have, you know, like we have spent all this money. We supposedly, right? Like this is like Arteta's like Schrodinger's paradox, right? We have all the best players in the world. We have the best manager in the world, and yet we keep on getting like done by managers. You know, like for example, like who was a former set piece coach, Keith Andrews. You know, like who should be, you know, like in the running for the best manager in the season, rather best manager in the league this season. And you know, we even got outdone by Carrick just a few weeks ago. You know, like it is an absolute travesty. And as you said, Aaron, like every single time that this stupid ass club of ours is given the opportunity to show that we have the stones, that we have the spine and the stomach, you know, like to put the sword, you know, to some of our rivals, we completely flounder it every single time. And
every fucking time.
Yeah, and unfortunately, just as well, it is at our detriment.
Mm-hmm.
This manager continues to force players that are not good enough to wear the badge onto the pitch. You know, it's funny, right? You know, like he couldn't wait to get Eze off. And I know that Eze wasn't having a good game yesterday, but simultaneously, Eze has not been getting pitch side at all. But yet he just couldn't wait to put on his sweet dear captain Pillowfoot, and he also had the audacity to send Bukayo Saka out. You know, like when he was limping, and I think he was also having like hot water bottles like underneath like his legs. You know, like, again, like it is an absolute travesty of man management that this that this manager is doing. And you know, and again, like it's going to be at our complete detriment. You know, like we keep on saying, you know, like we want this manager and we want these players to prove that they have the gumption and what it takes to get over the line. And every single time that they are given that opportunity, they squander it. They soiled it. So yeah, so that's my rant. I'm actually going to be transferring over to my phone because I am going to be getting a little bit litty titty committee because, you know, it's Friday the 13th, and you know, ain't never going to be squandering an opportunity like that. Hold that, Arteta. So big up to you.
Yeah,
big up to everyone here on the panel. Absolute fucking legends, really and truly. And smash up the likes. Come on.
Yeah, nah,
nothing
come on,
freaky about you, Doctor. Love always.
That's it. Listen, Doc, brother, as well, man. I know you said to me you had a bit of a tasty evening last night. Do you know what I mean? So swallow a couple of fucking drinks, mate. That'll do your nut a lot better. I can promise you that. On that note, Gianni, bruv, what you saying?
What a fucking complete shit show that was last night. Let's start out with the fact that the team that lost their two best fucking players, lost their captain, and lost a manager, looked like they were playing for the Premier League title more than the club that spent $1 billion. Let's start with that first. Let's also talk about the fact that if it wasn't for the one save that David Raya made, we lose that game. Because if Thiago scores that goal, we were in no way, shape, or form going to come back and win that game.
Yeah.
Right? This is the problem with what we keep talking about. Is this the same City team? It isn't. No matter what anybody wants to say, it's not the same City team. But the fact that we keep daring City and keep giving City opportunities to come back and bite us in the ass, guess what? Whether it's the same City team or not, if they pass us even by a point, they're not going to give that lead back up to us because Guardiola isn't going to allow that to happen. What the fuck do we need to do to start getting this offense kick-started? The better question on top of that is, what the fuck is it going to take for anybody to realize that Declan Rice is not a number 10? He's not a play creator. Why is he the only one doing all this fucking movement? And the bigger question after that is, are you guys seeing the same thing that I'm seeing, that he's limping to the corners to go take corner kicks? He's limping to the sidelines to go throw the ball in? What the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah. Right.
Why is Eze, I mean, dude, I've been in your defense camp this entire time. And listen, 80% of it is not on you. It's on the manager because, again, this is the only manager I've ever seen try to force a number 10 to create offense just outside of his own box. And your wingers are fullbacks. Your fullbacks are the wingers. Nobody can fucking do anything else except either hopefully cross a ball or maybe take a shot from 30 yards out. Gyökeres isn't even in position. I mean, the whole situation is fucking bullshit. The whole situation is bullshit. At this point, I'd rather us just switch the formation, go to a 4-2-2-2, have Jesus and fucking Eze play interchangeable wing 10s, and have Trossard sit up top with Gyökeres. Just put your two best strikers up top and see what fucking happens at this point. Because at this point, I'm not putting it past Arteta that he's getting paid on the side to throw these fucking trophies away. I'm really not.
Well, Arteta, I mean, he's already getting paid for. He's already doing a good job of that on £15.6 million a year anyway, mate. Fuck me. He's thrown the last 19 consecutive ones away. Do you know what I mean? He fucking surely can't throw 20, 21, 22, and 23 away, can he? Surely. Come on.
And on top of that, this shows you how fucking full of shit a lot of this fan base is. Odegaard has gotten so bad that if Havertz completes 2 passes, we think he's the fucking second coming.
Yeah.
That's how fucking bad it's gotten. Gabriel Jesus, who's never been good as a striker, when he was at Manchester City, his best position was out on the wings. Everybody was swearing up and down that because he got the 1 goal against Aston Villa, that he was the second coming of fucking Thierry Henry to save us, to take us to a title. But now he's not getting played. The manager is a fucking idiot. No, there's no holding back on this anymore now. This league should be wrapped up.
Yeah.
This league should have been wrapped up 2 weeks ago. And from this current position that we're in, we said this on your last call-in show. It's 2 trophies mandatory at this point. You're in a final.
Right.
You got to the next level of the FA Cup. We should be going for that as well. I'm not prescribing that we're a challenge for the Champions League, but it's 2 trophies minimal at this point. Now, another fucking tweet went around saying that Berta and everybody has said that his job is now being put on the line if he doesn't win the league. Brother, if this man doesn't win the league, I don't give a fuck what else he wins. It's almost like what Nasser says. If he doesn't win the Champions League and the league, he's got to get the fuck out of here. He's doing way too much.
Obviously.
The injuries are out of control. The injuries are out of control. Everybody said we went in thin last year, and it was his stupidity of selling off our fucking depth. We got the depth, spent almost another £300 million, and we still can't keep nobody healthy. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
It's simple shit, dude. It's simple fucking shit. And I am not fucking prescribing to none of this bullshit that I heard in the previous stream that I was on. Oh, back your team. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm sick and tired of all these fucking people talking about, oh, you're in America, you don't go to games, blah, 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 blah. First off, if I went to games, you wouldn't say shit to me because I'd slap the fuck out of you if you came to me. Number one. Number two.
Never mess with an Italian.
Number 2, you're a fucking bitch for allowing this club to fall into the situation that it is. Dude, enough's enough.
Yeah.
Enough is enough. What happened yesterday? What happened yesterday is unforgivable. Brentford, brother. Their 3 main players from last year are gone. A manager's gone, and they're fighting for Europe somehow. Big up to them for fucking doing that. But they look like the team that was going to win a Premier League. It's an absolute shambles of what's going on. And like I said, keep Darren City. You throw these fucking games away anymore, City is not going to fucking play with us. This City team should have been done and dusted. 3 weeks ago, should have been done and dusted.
Johnny, 100%, brother. You think as well, before we move on to Natster, right? You think, like, people will rationalise it and go, oh, yeah, but Brentford are in good form. They're away from home. It's a tricky place to go. Yeah, so was Anfield for Manchester City. They came out for 2-1 win.
Brother,
that was a fucking 4 days before that. A couple of days before that. I'm not having no excuses. Oh, it was tricky. It was a away game. Brother, it was a London derby. It was all of this.
If you're winning the title...
That's it. But Manchester City knew to have any hope in anything, they had to. They knew how pivotal that weekend was. Mm-hmm. Manchester City knew if they was going into this match day week 9 points behind, they're fucked. They know it. The pressure's then off Arsenal a little bit more. Still pressure on us for the Brentford game, but the pressure's off because there is just that now 9 points. Manchester City go within themselves. Manchester City knew they was like, yeah, all right, they didn't put their best performance in the world, but it doesn't matter. They came out of Anfield with a 2-1 win. That's what they done. So you can't tell me, Arsenal fans can't sit here and tell me, oh, well, we might turn out to be a fucking good point. The fucking 4 days after, Manchester City come out of Anfield with 3. Come off of it, please. Come off of it. Enough now. Natster.
Real quick,
what you saying?
Real quick before
yeah.
Max goes.
Yeah, no,
and then we'll go Brandon. And as well, just quickly as well, before you said that, Johnny, we got the Brandon, Macy. We got Quasha in the building. We got we got the geezer behind the wheel Doc now, and Manny, was it? Manny,
Yeah,
big up to you,
that's
brother.
me.
But here's the thing. Right
We'll get Jordan in a second. Yeah, Johnny, and then we'll go Natster.
Here's the problem. I'm not hearing no more fucking bullshit, and I'm not listening to no fucking person telling me, oh, Brentford's a tough place to go. If you're about it, you're about it, and you smack that fucking team up the way you're supposed to. This fan base is the only fucking fan base that wants to have revisionist history about this fucking sport. The only fan base. This is the only fan base that comes up with the craziest excuses that we've never heard across any other fucking league. You ain't heard these excuses in the Bundesliga. You ain't heard these excuses in Ligue 1. You ain't heard this shit in Italy. You ain't heard this shit in fucking Spain. None of them other fucking leagues comes up with any of this fucking bullshit. If you're about it, if you're going on to win the fucking trophies, you go and smack these fucking teams up and win. Ain't no such thing as a fucking tough game. All these people talking about, there's no easy game in the Premier League. Bullshit. Wolves is about to be the worst team in Premier League history, and we took own goals to beat them after spending $1 billion. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. No, facts, mate. Yes. Look, listen, you get games like that where sometimes you can't rely on Lukey Penn to get your fucking goal. Do you know what I mean? Or Owen Guales. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to rely on a little bit of nous, a little bit of tactical skill, a little bit of brilliance, and we just had absolutely none of it. Natster, what you saying? Talk to me.
Yeah, what's good, Aaron? Big up Johnny, Brandon, PC, Manny, Quasha, and obviously the Doc as well, each and every single fucking time, yeah? That was fucking dreadful last night. That was an absolute fucking shambles, what I saw, yeah? Came back from work, was looking forward to it, do you know what I'm saying? And they provided that in the first fucking half. Now, 0-0 against Brentford after the first 45 minutes. Yeah, it's bad, but I thought, you know what? It might be one of those where we pick it up at least a little bit in the second half and we'll do just enough to get over the line, to get the win, yeah? And we actually went 1-0 up with Noddy, not Nonny, Noddy, Madueke, bruv, getting a header. And all of a sudden, yeah, everything he done earlier in the game gets brushed onto the carpet, just pulled to the sides. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. No one really played well. Declan Rice was a standout when it comes to the whole team, but even then, bro, like Johnny, you mentioned it earlier, them players have been fully ran into the ground. This manager don't have a fucking Scooby-Doo what to do, along with AirPod Albert. He can go fuck himself as well. This manager went from Arteta dropping Odegaard and all of that, injured or not, to right back to Lego head. Back to life, back to reality and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? And then he's coming out with all of these excuses, all of this, all of that. The end is nigh. How many times have I said this, people? The end is fucking nigh, right? The end is fucking nigh for this narcissistic little prick. Jim Jones, Captain Black looking ass motherfucker, right? This guy is done. He's done this season because with what City have been doing the last couple of games, we're not winning the league. And like I've said before, we don't win that League Cup, it's over. It's over. This manager, time and time again, has proven to all of us and to all them other motherfuckers on the other side that still hope, keyword, hope, that he does it. Yeah? All of that bullshit, yeah? Well, I'm going to tell you this right here, right now, Fat Boy Slim Sittings, yeah? It's not happening, bro. It's not happening tomorrow. It's not happening yesterday. And it definitely isn't happening today, bro. Ethan Nwaneri, bro. Sent out on loan. Why? When we have to put up with Noddy, with his clown shoes and clown car and all that fucking bullshit. I'm not hearing it. Gyökeres, yeah? He was poor last night. Ebrieze was poor last night. But again, most of it is because of this fucking manager. When you have fullbacks as wingers, when you have wingers as fullbacks, it's on the manager. There's only so many times you can say that these players are underperforming and all of that. But when everything is an absolute shambles, this manager is the enemy of football. The reason why he's the enemy of football is because all of our players have been ran into the ground and we're all over the fucking place. This guy's a dickhead, to say the very least. This guy's an absolute fucking dickhead, right? For the shit that he's been doing, not just this season, but last season and the season before, yeah? And I've said before, it might have been on one of the previous call shows, Aaron, yeah?
Yeah.
Andrea Berta, mafioso, bad boy Berta, mate, should have pulled the plug. I get why he signed certain players, obviously the Gyökeres and Ebrieze, of course, we wanted him. Didn't want Madueke and all of that. Even fucking Igao didn't want fucking Madueke. That tells you everything. And he's going on Twitter doing his usual bullshit with the excuses, among others. The Christian
even who?
Judges doing the flip-flop, chatting
even
shit.
Who? Igao.
Ow! Come on! Ow!
Yes, bro. That fucking guy. The Canadian Carlton Banks, bro.
Great composure, lad.
This guy thought Gabriel Paulista was the Gabriel that we have now, bro. He don't
if you
know.
could pick 3 players from this squad who would get into our current Arsenal team, who would it be? And let's break it down. First things first, David Raya in check. I would keep Raya. Bellerin is not better than any of our right backs. Timber, Ben White, both better. Gabriel is still there. Gabriel is still staying. Gabriel now is a much better player. Kashani, no. Not.
Get out of here.
How is this guy?
Get out of here.
Honestly, yeah, if this guy ain't getting a brown envelope matrix from the football club, yeah, then I don't know what to tell you. Do you know what I'm saying? That guy don't know shit, bro. That guy don't know fucking shit. He's a fucking waster, bro. But anyway, moving on, right? And speaking of which, right? When we saw what we did yesterday, David Raya, I've been saying this as well, yeah? That guy ain't it as a number 1. As a number 2, he will be very, very good. He'd be class. But as a number 1, he will never be elite. I wanted Oblak. But I'm sure there's certain people that will disagree, think I'm crazy, this, that, and the third, whatever. If you think that David Raya is better than Oblak, yeah, put down the crack pipe and wake up in fucking reality, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Because this shit can't go on. What is it going to take for these fucking cunts, yeah? Sorry, but what is it going to take for these motherfuckers to realise that this manager ain't it? Certain players ain't it. Martin Odegaard's been done. Bukayo Saka, 300k a week, 200k goal bonus. That guy got outpaced by Lewis Dunk.
He's got legs like my nan, man. She's like 85. Honestly, man, it's ridiculous. I was watching him waddle along. I'm like, bro, you're finished.
KFC, Pepe's Chicken, if you know people, and all of that, bro. Favorite chicken, whatever chicken shop, chicken joint that you know, wherever you are in the world, yeah. That's what Bukayo Saka's hamstring is. It's over with. This manager is on his very last legs because he's refusing to change. He did the whole bait and switch with Odegaard. Do you know what I'm saying? I thought he would have stuck with it because I was thinking, you know what? Even though I predicted a win, a 2-1, by the way, how toxic and negative of me predicting a 2-1.
You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace. This is your last appearance on the channel.
You're a fake fan, Napster. You're a very fake fan. You don't deserve to support Arsenal. You're a fake fan.
Can't be handling it. Have your say and then go. I can't have you on the channel anymore.
Them motherfuckers that are making excuses, right? Yeah, they weren't confident before the game. So what does that say? I'll tell you exactly what that says. You know that this manager, deep down, is dusted, bruv. The end is nigh, people. Judgment Day is incoming. Terminator 2 settings. And there is nothing that these pricks can do about it. And this manager doing the same old routine with the excuses, with the bait and switch of Odegaard and Obviously, Saka, well, he was never fit anyway this season, but still, Declan Rice, Yuri Timber, why doesn't he get a rest? Hincapié struggling. Saliba was out yesterday. I know he's been poor recently, but it is what it is.
I thought Hincapié was all right, to be fair. Like, I will say,
Yeah,
I thought he was all right.
For me, against Sunderland,
I disagree.
he was
politely, I thought he was all right, but yeah.
For me, honestly, against Sunderland, he was poor, man. And
yeah. But I thought Brentford was all right.
Last few games as well, just to be real. But either way, you know, you got Zubimendi. Like, what the fuck does he do? But again, misprofiled and playing in the wrong position and playing in the wrong role. Because this manager is he was a rookie manager. Now he's a dog shit manager.
That's without obviously taking the whole conversations of the Zubimendi thing. Is what I mentioned this. I can't think what chat it was. Name Zubimendi's best 3 traits. Are one of them defensive? No. End of conversation. He ain't a 6. Like he might play there, but he ain't a 6. If he's going to be the double pivot, he ain't the defensive one. It's just as simple as that. And if he's going to be a lone pivot, he ain't the guy. They ain't his strengths. His 3 best strengths, not one of them.
65 million. And
I actually think he's been all right. If you Zubimendi, because I don't want to make it about the Zubimendi, and I want to bring Brandon in as well. If you actually take away the defensive side of his game and don't look at it, you've got good player there. Yeah, but I have to also watch the whole lot of it. And defensively, he has been a bit of a liability. That's why I don't understand when people can't, you know. I've warmed a little bit to Zubimendi. I'm not saying that I think he's the dog's bollocks. I'm not saying that. But I can see what he does. He could bring to the team if played in the right position. I can see where it might go. However, where he has been largely played and mostly played, nah. But
again, Aaron, this manager
is one of the best number 6s in the world. He ain't a fucking number 6, bruv.
He's not. He refuses to do the right thing. And I'll end it on this before you bring Brandon in, right? Because him and everyone else has been waiting patiently. Yeah, like in order for this manager to keep his job and to keep him in management, because at this rate he'll go out worse than fucking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at this rate. And even he got another job at Besiktas before that didn't work out. Shock, because he ain't a good fucking manager. Yeah, this guy is the biggest fraud, the enemy of football. The footballing gods have spoken, people. The footballing gods have blood clot spoken, yeah. And this manager refuses to change his ways, does the bait and shit, like I said earlier, all that other bullshit, not playing players in their right positions, wrong roles, and all of that. No rest and rotation, like I mentioned before, like last week and the week before when I was on here and all of that. And I've said on my own channel, the end is inevitable. Do you know what I'm saying? This manager knows what's required to keep him in this job because he knows at the same time he's not going to get £15 million a year elsewhere. He's not going to do it. And he's not going to do what other managers have done before him, where, let's say, for argument's sake, we somehow get over the line, worst Premier League winners ever, and that will be the case. And he'll be like, do you know what? I finally got it over the line. I'll move on to pastures new. He won't do that, bruv. He's worse than Wenger. He's basically Wenger on crack. Smack and crack, bruv. That is a lethal combination with all of his criminal behaviour, right? Making Odegaard captain. He's living and dying on that sword, by the way. Kai Havertz, that fucking donkey, although recently he's been okay. But again, the bar is so low. It's so low because of what Odegaard's been doing for the past 3-4 years, but especially this season. I've more than had enough. Trust me, we don't win that League Cup, I will lose my fucking shit. I will lose my fucking shit because I rate trophies. I don't do GA. I don't do trust the PRO says PR Emmy League bullcrap. And I don't do this, oh, it takes time and all of that. Oh, heads up, on to the next. Get fucked. And I'll leave it at that, people.
I'll mute myself. Classic. Yeah, that's it. I'll bring Brandon in now. But it don't take time to win the league. I've drilled that into everyone and showed statistics and put it on screen hundreds of times. It really don't take long to win the league. Almost never. Every single manager, I think on average, I worked it out, that's ever won the Premier League on average takes, I think, like 2.2 seasons or something like that. So it's absolute bollocks. That's mathematical certainty. So argue math and facts. They will, but either way, Brandon, you waited there patiently. Good to have you on. I ain't seen you on here for a little while, but big up, mate. I see you in the chat.
I'm a little confused, boys. We're still 4 points clear.
Yeah. Come on, Brandon. Yeah, come on, mate. Don't throw a grenade in here and all of that.
We're still 4 points clear, boys. It's fine.
But,
chill.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, what I will say as well, and I'll obviously let you elaborate. Only about 2 weeks ago, we're 9 points clear, boys. We're 7 points clear, boys. We're 6 points clear, boys. We're 4 points clear, boys. You see where this going, Brandon? We're 2 points clear, boys. Relax. We're 1 point clear, boys. Calm down. We're going to the Etihad, boys. If we win, we'll go 1 point clear. When does it start?
I don't think Aaron quite detected the sarcasm in that from me. That's all I've been told. Since
he was responding with more sarcasm. You know that. He was responding with more sarcasm.
Trust the process, mate. Trust it. Yeah. All right. No, that's all I've been told since last night. Don't worry. 4 points.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. And I keep telling people, it's not that we drop points. It's never been about us dropping points, because I'm not fucking stupid enough to think that Arsenal can win every single game. It's the manner, in the way that we drop these points. That first half yesterday, Jesus Christ. Jesus. I would rather watch paint dry. Yeah? Watching paint dry would be more fun than watching Arsenal yesterday.
I'd rather watch you dry and all, do you know what I mean? Rather than watching that game.
This is it. And then you think, right, okay, cool, the first half was shit, really, really poor. And the manager clearly got into the players at half time, because the first 10 minutes of the second half, we did all right. Rocket up the arse. But then the question comes, why do the players need a rocket up the arse? Why is that even the case? They've watched Man City win. They know they're only 3 points behind. They're breathing down our necks now. They've got a squad full of players that have been there, done it, and won it. They've got a manager who's been there, done it, and won it. Surely...
It's not the same Man City, though.
Yeah, just logically speaking, surely them players go into that game last night and go, we better win tonight. We better perform tonight. And they just coast their way through that first half again, which is very similar to what we've been seeing all season anyway. You know, we are literally second half FC for some reason. Some reason we cannot play a full 90 minutes of football at high intensity, and create loads of chances and look really decent. We haven't done that all season. Maybe a handful of games. But a lot of them are not in the Premier League. A lot of them are in the Champions League. So big questions have to come there. But mentality is the issue. Nobody can sit and deny it, because you look at our squad, there's quality beyond quality. But to win championships, you need more than quality. You need mental strength. Arsenal don't have mental strength. We don't have mental strength. Where a lot of our players, when the pressure is on, they fold. Far too many of them, really. Let's just be real about it. Far too many of them do. Yeah. Come out in the second half, I thought we started it all right. But as soon as we conceded that equaliser, boys, where was the response? Yeah, Brentford looked like they was the ones going to try and win the league title. Not us. 2 shots on target all game. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic.
That was pathetic.
Yeah. And then even then, we get an opportunity to actually steal the game. And it would have been the biggest robbery in Premier League history if we'd have won that game. Martinelli fluffs his lines. Oh, where have we seen that before? Oh, yeah, Nottingham Forest a few weeks ago. Yeah. Declan Rice, rather than taking responsibility and shooting, we're going to pass it off to the next man. Nobody wants to take responsibility at Arsenal. Nobody. Yeah, we'll pass it on to that guy. Pass it on to this one. Yeah? What's all this about? Somebody else take responsibility. Somebody just take responsibility. When have we, in this entire season, seen one man take the game by the scruff of the neck, say, we're playing shit today, boys, but I'm going to win this game for us? Don't happen. It never happens with Arsenal. We either do it as a collective or we don't do it at all. Where is the individual that stands out and wins us games single-handedly? Man City got that. Erling Haaland will win them games single-handedly.
Look at the last 3-4 seasons. Yeah,
and this is
say
it.
no more,
This is what the difference is going to be, Aaron, when it comes to winning big trophies. How many more times can we afford to drop points? You know, they keep saying to me, "Oh, like you said, it was 9 points. Now it's 6 points. Now it's 4 points." When are they going to go, oh, shit, what, when City have already overtaken us? Is that when it's going to be, oh, shit?
But if we win at the Etihad. Yeah. All right.
And this is the thing I keep getting. This is all I got last. Oh, you're too negative. You're not balanced enough. Balanced? So have you been watching the same Arsenal I've been watching for the last 6 years? Have you been watching the same Arsenal that's bottled Premier League titles in the last 3 years? Because the signs are there, the same signs that happened last year, the year before, and the year before. They're all there, but they choose to ignore them. Oh, because this year's different. It's not different. The difference this year is we have a better squad, but the manager's still not getting the best out of them.
Facts.
Yeah, you look at Eberechi Eze, an absolute shadow of a player compared to what he was at Crystal Palace. Why? Because the manager's instructions does not suit the way he plays. Now, when we signed Eze, I was thinking, cool, different profile of number 10, different profile of midfielder to an Odegaard. He's going to pick up the ball. He's going to drive at players. He's going to do what he did at Crystal Palace. And he's going to be that individual that we can rely on when we're sometimes playing shit to dig us out of a mess. Because we didn't have anyone like that before that. What's this manager done? He's tried to turn him into the Black Odegaard. Save pass, save pass, save pass. Recycle, recycle, recycle. Don't suit him. Yeah. And I also look at the players that are on the fringes of this team, and they have to take responsibility as well, because I was complaining weeks ago. FA Cup games, League Cup games, Kyra in the Champions League, dead rubber. And I know that these players that are on the fringes are getting opportunities in these games. And I'm sitting there thinking, right, cool. Which one of you is now giving the manager a headache to say, I need to start in this first team because I performed so well? None of them. Mm-hmm. None of them. Yeah. The only one who's done that, guys, is Kai Havertz. And I don't even rate the geezer. I didn't want him at Arsenal. But the fact and reality is Kai Havertz has come in since he's been in, since his injury. He's played 6 games and he's had 5 goal contributions. You can't ask much more of the guy. And you look at the relationship that he has with Gyökeres on the pitch. I don't see that with Eze. I don't see that with Odegaard. Havertz plays in the pocket where your number 10 should be. He doesn't try and drop deep for the ball like what Odegaard does. He doesn't do this safe pass bollocks. And when he does receive the ball, his first thought is, where's Gyökeres? Yeah. So earlier on in the season, Gyökeres was making runs and Odegaard or whoever was playing in that 10 was never ever finding him. Then we went through a patch where Gyökeres looked really poor because he was no longer making them runs. But let's be honest, guys. If you're playing up front for Arsenal and the player who's supposed to be supplying you isn't even giving you the ball, are you gonna still make them runs? Of course you're not. What's the fucking point?
Yeah.
So he gave up making them runs. Havertz then comes into the team. All of a sudden, Gyökeres is making runs again. And he's actually receiving the ball. And he's actually scored 6 goals in 6 games in 2026. So something there is working. Whether you rate Havertz or whether you don't rate Havertz, it's irrelevant. Between them two, they have a relationship on the pitch which helps us get the best out of Gyökeres. My question is why can Havertz do that, but Odegaard can't? Eze can't. Yeah? Then you look at the reason why we're faltering right now. Our best players, Timber, Gabriel, Rice, Saliba, if you want to put him in there, Bukayo Saka. These are
Who ain't
5
looked
players.
right either, is he? Really, Saliba. I think he's been injured for a while, but
But this is the thing, though, Aaron. Right? This is the point, right? Them 5 players over the past few years would be the 5 players that we would look to be the guys that we rely on in these moments.
And also, just quickly, coincidentally, probably the 5 players, I bet you if you put in the most appearances for Arsenal Football Club are probably in the top 5.
Exactly. And them 5, they're fucked. They're done. They're finished. Because we're now paying for the sins of Mikel Arteta over the last 2 years, where he overplayed Bukayo Saka to the point of getting injured so badly that he had to have surgery, where he's overplayed the likes of Gabriel Jesus to the point where he's got no knees left, where he's overplayed the likes of Urian Timber to the point where he even had to come out in an interview and say, I weren't ready to play against PSG, but I had to do it. I had to do it because there was no one else. And the manager don't trust in these players.
That in itself is a standstill. So when Pip fans like us make sort of not accusations, but make statements like that, sort of putting it out there that, you know, the manager ain't really looking after these players. When a player like Timber comes out after the lengthy injuries that he had and says it, it kind of opens up a realm of possibility to all the fans that would say, Brandon, you're talking shit. Whereas like, well, Timber ain't.
It's funny,
you know, you accuse me of talking shit, but Timber's just.
It's funny because all of these lot, right? When we was talking about getting rid of Tomiyasu, I'll use Tomiyasu as an example. We all said, great player on his day, very good in terms of squad depth, but the guy is always injured. Your best ability is your availability. If you're not available, it doesn't matter how fucking good you are. You could be Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi level. If you're never available to play football, it's irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the problem is we've got players that are decent, that have been so driven into the ground over the last 3 years, that now we are suffering because they're not at the level that they should be at when they should be at it, because the guys have been dragged into the ground so much that they have injured themselves to the point where they can't even reach the levels anymore. Bukayo Saka, I watched him come on the pitch. Yeah, my man was right about talking about the water bottles and that. I see that as well. The man's not even supposed to be back from injury until the North London Derby, which is in 10 days' time.
Yeah.
And our man throws him on the pitch anyway. The guy can't even run. That's only gonna hinder him even more now and push his whole recovery back from injury further down the line when we need
done it
him
after a grade 3,
now.
Brandon, bruv. He done it after the grade 3. Do you know what I mean? Meat off the bone and that. Like, it's madness. And then he scores a tap in against Fulham. Oh, he's absolutely back. Oh, he scored a decent.
But the funny thing is, though, Aaron, you look at that. You look at Brentford, right? Brentford are a decent side. They've lost 2 games at home all season, right? So it was always going to be a tough game, and they've lost 3 of their biggest players, and they've not gone out there and spent big to replace them. And the funny thing is this coach of theirs is in the arguments to be the manager of the season in the Premier League, because everybody expected Brentford to go down.
Yeah,
and guess where he came from? He was their set piece coach, guys. So maybe we should sack Arteta and just give it to Jova. Because let's be real about it right now. Yeah. When you look at what we're doing in attacking areas, Jova's doing his job. It's all coming from set pieces. Where's Arteta doing his job to get us scoring regularly, playing free-flowing football so that we're scoring regularly from open play? It doesn't happen.
Do you know what, Brandon? That's teed me up nicely. Yeah, let me paint a picture. There's 120 in the building. Big up to every single one of you, and smash the like button up. Put a W in the chat if you agree with me here. Yeah, and I'm going to run with that. Not necessarily the getting Airport Albert in to come in and be the manager, but I'm saying in general. Hear me out. Can you imagine if we got a new manager in? say like an Inzaghi say decided to come, or we got a Simeone in, or an Enrique in, or someone like that, someone fresh, a good manager, an established manager, a successful manager, a winning manager, yeah, whoever that may be. Could you imagine, right? Let's just say we end the league. It is what it is. Whatever trophies were won or weren't is irrelevant in this little hypothetical scenario. Could you imagine on June the 1st, Enrique, let's just go with Enrique. Enrique was announced. Do you know what? I'll be waking up on June the 1st. I'll be somersaulting out of bed as I usually do. That's how I get out of bed. I'll be putting my trousers on. Do you know what I mean? And coming down, I'll be going, do you know what? I'm excited for the season. Because do you know what? It's a breath of fresh air, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's out the old and in with the new. I can start to get behind something again. Because this has got stale. It's got 6 years. And yes, before I say this, yes, it might end in cheers for Arsenal this season. But 7 seasons and not winning anything, I just can't deal with it anymore. Like, it's just not for me. I need a new voice. I'm going to Arsenal. I'm thinking, I've got to go to Arsenal today. I was like, oh shit, are we playing at home? Oh, for fuck's sake, we're playing at home this weekend. Oh, I'm going to have to go to Arsenal. Bruv, I should be going to Arsenal thinking, fuck me, we're going to Arsenal. I'm going to see some good football. I'm going to see us win in the league. I'm going to Arsenal and thinking how much petrol I'm going to be spending. I'm going to Arsenal and thinking how much traffic I'm going to be sitting in. I shouldn't be thinking about things like that when I'm going to watch Arsenal. And it's because I just don't believe... I believe in the Tooth Fairy more than I believe in Mikel Arteta. Because I haven't seen the one thing I haven't seen from the Tooth Fairy, and I haven't seen Mikel Arteta win trophies. They're both an anomaly. And I'm just sat here and I'm just thinking to myself, what a lovely reality. If I woke up on June the 1st and thought, I wonder what Enrique is going to bring to this team this season. I wonder what Berta and all that setup they're going to do. I wonder what Enrique is going to do with Bukayo Saka. Can he get him ticking again? Can he get a tune out of Gyökeres? Can he get a tune out of Eze? Can he sort that forward line? Who's he going to bring in to add to the forward line? I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, I can get behind this guy for 1 or 2 years. You know, obviously depending on, how good or badly he performs. If he's a shower of shit, no 2 years. You kind of get my drift. Like, and I'm sitting there, and then I start to have a smile on my face of a hypothetical scenario, thinking, yeah, we'll probably be playing better football. Yeah, we'll probably make good signings. Yeah, I've got a winning manager. I'm like, yeah, come on, man, I can get behind the boys now. This is something new. It's a breath of fresh air. What a wonderful reality that is. And then I remember that we've got Mikel Arteta as our manager, and my boner goes fucking flaccid. So fucking quickly, it recoils like a fucking turtle. Do you know what I mean? It just goes into itself. It's ridiculous.
This is the thing, though, Aaron. Right? I don't even think we need a top-class manager. I don't. That squad. You look at Arsenal's squad, and then look at everybody else's squad around the league. That squad alone should win us this league. Forget the manager. Yeah, that squad shouldn't even. That squad should not require a manager. That squad should pick itself. Yeah, and all the capabilities that each of these individual players have, you have to play to their strengths. The problem is our manager hinders all these players. Hinders them. Odegaard is not allowed to do what he is best at. Right. Eze is not allowed to do what he is best at. Bukayo Saka, you go back to him under Emery, is a totally different player. Same with Martinelli. Yeah, Gyökeres doesn't score 96 goals in 120 games, and now all of a sudden the guy can't find the back of the net. This is a manager problem. You've got Declan Rice, who predominantly a 6, right, or played as a 6 for West Ham, but because we want to do this faffing about with the ball around the back bullshit, and he can't receive the ball on the half turn, we're now having to push Zubimendi, who for me is an 8, into a 6
not
role.
6. Yeah.
I can point to evidence as well, Aaron. Right?
I'm fucking Princess Diana if he's fucking a 6.
If you look at Zubimendi, right, and look at Zubimendi's goals for Arsenal this season. We didn't bring him in to score goals, but he has scored goals. He scored 6. I went back and had a look at what games them 6 goals came in, who started in the midfield with him when them goals happened, and how many of them Odegaard played in. And let me tell you why. Because a lot of them goals that Zubimendi has scored has come from outside of the area, right? And if you look and go back, only one of them games that Zubimendi scored a worldie in, Odegaard has started. And when Zubimendi scored the worldie, Odegaard was off the pitch. Do you know why? Because the position where Zubimendi receives the ball to score these goals from outside of the box is the position where Odegaard would predominantly be on the pitch. So with Odegaard and Zubimendi in the midfield together, it hinders us because you've got Odegaard who wants to drop deep and collect the ball from the centre-backs, and he occupies the space where Zubimendi is most threatening in terms of scoring, and you've got Zubimendi trying to do the defensive work when, like you said, you name his best 3 attributes, none of them are defensive. It's mad.
I'm muted again. There's nothing wrong with that either, by the way. Do you know what I mean? Like, people always seem to think as soon as you start being critical of something, like you either hate them entirely or that's all they listen to. It's like, well, why can't you just say it how it is? Like, Zubimendi, so far, Watson, going forward, yeah, he's been a little bit better. Yeah, you know, he's scored some good goals. He's scored some important goals. Let's also get that right. I always feel like, especially with, this is a moral compass thing. If I don't see that or say that, I think it invalidates when I criticize it. So I'm happy to lob out the pros and the cons and the positive sides of things, because if I can't do that, then it does invalidate the criticisms a little bit, I believe. So when I'm standing here and sitting there and thinking, do you know what? He actually has got a little bit better. I am warming to the idea of Zubimendi a little bit better in the right system, in the right position. I will absolutely add that in there. I can see a little bit what he brings to the team. However, as a defensive midfielder, I will never see what they see, and I just can't understand why we can't criticise. Well, okay, well, you know, you can pin to loads of horrendous games that he's just been caught well out of position and had to make silly fouls, made silly challenges anyway because he's late to the ball. He's been pressed like a biatch and been hounded. And made mistakes, and then which has led to the ball either being passed on a position player or being kicked out or passed out. This aren't the usual traits of, I quote, a world-class number 6. That's not what he is. He's not world-class. He's a number 8. He's Odegaard. That's just what he is. That's what we should have in this side. We should have a Declan Rice as a pivot. If you want to play a 4-3-3, whatever. Play 4-3-3 with a Rice as the more defensive side. Yeah, sometimes, you know, allowing him the freedom to bomb forward because he can maraud forward and do a good job on that. But also know that mostly he's going to be the defensive side a lot. Have your Zubimendi next to him and then have a 10. Have a 10 like Eze. Oh, conveniently, we've got an Eze. If he was to get a manager in that could get a tune out of them 3, yeah? Because a 4-3-3 can seamlessly switch to a 4-2-3-1 very, very quickly with that midfield. You could have Eze on the left-hand side as the left 8, as an attacking 10, as an attacking 8 going on that side. And you could have Rice on the base there with Zubimendi on that right-hand side. And it was seamless transition to Eze moving into a 10 and Rice and Zubimendi slotting into a double pivot. Very, very easily interchangeable, that midfield. That would fucking work for me. A manager would be able to get a tune out of that. Why the fuck are we not able to get a tune out of that? I'll tell you why we're not able to get a tune out of that. It's by design. Okay, cool. Who is the architect? Okay, Gal. Yeah, we all know who the fucking architect is. It's because you told us, you fucking spastic. It's Mikel Arteta. Well done. So whose fault is it that Arsenal are fucking blunt up top? It's Mikel Arteta. Has anyone here ever criticised the defence for being the worst defence in the league? No, we've always gone, do you know what? Fair dues to the geezer. He's assembled half-decent defence. Fair dues. Credit where credit's due. But the attack is a shambles. Going back in all from his first signing, Willian, ain't worked. The original players that he had, the Eddie Nketiah didn't get a tune out of him. Balogun didn't get a tune out of him. ESR eventually a semi almost near ruined.
Do you know what's funny about all of this as well, Aaron? Do you know what's funny about all of this as well? When he first came into Arsenal, I'm sure, I might be wrong about this, but I'm sure Mikel Arteta was credited with Sterling having the season of his life at Man City. Mikel Arteta credited with that, and we've seen what we've seen at Arsenal. And by the way, just my last point as well, because I'm going to have to dip in a minute.
No,
I do not want to see Noni Madueke start another game for Arsenal. I am tired.
Mate.
I am sick to death of seeing this guy do the hard bit, beat one or two players, and run the ball straight out of fucking play to give it back to the opposition. He has done that a number of times now.
He's a dipshit. He is, like I always say, he is Gervinho with a headband. And he's not even a good Gervinho with a headband.
That headband's too tight. He thinks he's Ronaldinho, bro. The guy is useless. He's
Ronaldinho, no. He just ain't it, mate. Look, he just ain't it. Madueke shouldn't even be used within 700 words of Ronaldinho. Ever. In a sentence. Like, it shouldn't even come in the same discussion. Like, I might even delete the stream now that we've said Madueke too close to fucking Ronaldinho. That's how shit Madueke is. Right, we're going to wrap it up there, guys. Fuck Madueke, yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, now, look, Brandon, big up, man. We'll bring Macy. But that was a good little chat. That's what it's all about. That's why I love these call-ins, man. Do you know what I mean? Just getting perspectives. Getting perspectives. And unfortunately enough, that the people that call in for the vast majority of the time talk fucking good bit of sense. And it's refreshing to hear that I'm not a psychopath going out my nut. That's why I started this channel.
You need some top gooners on, Aaron. You know, balance. You know what I mean? Mate, that's what they keep talking about is balance.
I've been having a break, bruv. I've been having a break because I've had to have a break from all of that because you know what? Before we bring Macy in, there's one thing, and people in this chat know this. I say it all the time. There's one thing I value mostly above everything else is time. Yeah, time. The millionaires, even the billionaires, they can't buy time. Unlucky, you can't buy time. It's the most precious commodity on the planet. And I've only been doing YouTube for a year and a bit or whatever. When I know my time's being wasted, I won't play the game. I won't go round in circles. I'm entirely uninterested. So once I know that my time is being wasted, I will shut down and just go, piss off, whatever. So when I'm having these debates with top gooners, and I can sit there and I can be asked a question, and I can reel off a factual-based argument for 5 minutes, coupled with a 3-minute opinion-based and decent enough and compelling-based argument back to it, which I think would get a good sort of a debate going. So we're gone for 8 minutes of constant talking and research and all the knowledge I've had to fucking had to lay out with that. And they'll just go, well, just back the manager. Oh, you've got an agenda. So it's just a quirky little one-liner that's got about 3 words in it. Just back the manager. Just back the... Do you know what I mean? Just do this. You've got an agenda and all of that. So I'm just sat there and I'm just like, bruv, I've just reeled off facts after facts after fact after fact. I've answered everything you've asked me, and your comeback is fucking back the manager. Trust the process. You have an agenda. That's what people say when they haven't got a fucking clue what to say back to someone with football intelligence. That's what they do. You've got an agenda. Just mask over it. And you know what? I got fed up of it. I can't be bothered because what's the point? I had one particular YouTuber, and I won't name him, but he's probably watching, and you probably all know who I'm on about. He was messaging me, and he asked me about something I said about him, and I sent him a voice note. And I won't divulge what I said at all because it was personal. But he messaged me, and I messaged him instantaneously, and I gave him a 4 or 5 minute voice note of exactly how I feel about him, exactly, and there you go. And he went, no, that didn't happen. I went, yes, it did. And here's your stream. And there you go and have a look at it. No, you got the wrong person. Okay, no, it did because of that. They sent me a long message back and then another voice note. I didn't answer it. Why didn't I answer it or even open the message? Because we're going around in fucking circles. I already know that. I've said the same thing twice. There you go. I said, yes, you did. You've come back with me. No, I didn't. I've come back with, well, here you go. There's a video of you doing it. You've said no still, and now we're still going. What do you want me to carry on wasting my time and entertaining this nonsense? No, I just won't open the fucking message. Ta-la. Waste of time. And that little example is exactly what like talking to top gooners is like on a panel. I'd rather go up and sit and play with my kids and chill with my kids and go play FIFA with my boy, or unfortunately have to play Barbie dolls with my little girl. Do you know what I mean? Down there, I'd rather do that for an hour than sit and listen to Creatine Dan and talking about, well, we're going to win the quadruple, and if you don't like it, I'll punch you in the face. Like, what we doing here? There's just so much better things I can do with my fucking time. But hey, run over. Fucking big up to Scott Lynn anyway, but big up, man. Timber had his worst game in an Arsenal shirt before we bring Macy in. Yeah, man. Yeah, he weren't fantastic, was he, bruv? But one thing I will say, and I know you'll agree anyway, because you got a good nut on your head. We got a nut on your head. That makes sense. Good nut on your fucking neck. You allow players like that, didn't you, to have a little bit of a bad one? He can have one. You can let him off the hook. Do you know what? Sometimes great players just have bad games, and I think that was just his one, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's not like an Odegaard reeling off and reeling them off. But yeah, factually, yeah, you're right. It was his worst game. And hopefully that was just him getting it out of his system. And hopefully we get normal Timber. Of course, I hope he doesn't feature on Sunday, of course, but back for the Wolves away game. And you followed it back up as well. Big up, man. And I'll bring Macy in on this as well, man. About Odegaard. Keon said Odegaard reminds him of Liam Brady. Happy birthday to Liam Brady, by the way, today, man. That is a real Arsenal legend. And let me tell you, Odegaard may be a real Arsenal legend to someone who's top gooners, but let me tell all the 120 of you world-class fuckers watching, big up to you, smash up the like. Odegaard has never been, isn't, and will never be a Arsenal legend. He hasn't ever been, or isn't, or will be a fucking world-class player, and he certainly hasn't, won't be, or isn't a better player than Liam Brady. No way, shape, or form. I'm not going to sit here and say I've watched tons of him. I'm 36, not 66. You know what I mean? I weren't there around in them sort of times in the 70s, obviously. But come off it. Macy, man, what you saying? Big up to you. You might be on mute there, bud. There you go, mate.
Now, and I'm ready to go, and I've got microphone sorted. Big up to you. Big up Natster. Big up Gianni. I just subscribed to you, Gianni. If you
that's it, man.
Yeah, man. Because Gianni's a real one. It would be nice if I got involved in his live shows and all that stuff. And yeah, I mean, I want to be more involved with other people's opinions of football. And yeah, and big up Manny, big up Kawaja, and all of you guys out here. And yesterday for me it was an absolute shit show. I cannot believe what I saw yesterday. After Man City annihilated Fulham, this was our opportunity to show them that we are the team to challenge for the Premier League title, and this is the performance we put in yesterday. Every single one of these players should hang their heads in shame, except for Declan Rice and Nketiah, because Declan Rice, for me, I was a bit sorry for him, because at the end of the match, he was holding his shirt up to his face. This is a man who is absolutely in frustration. He's always every time we draw a match or anything, he's always doing this and saying, he's always giving this frustration. And I feel for him, because we're supposed to be challenging for a Premier League title, but we are absolutely drawing to Brentford. No disrespect to Brentford, we should be walloping these guys. And people want to sit there and say, but Brentford away is a tough place to go. I don't fucking care. We should be beating Brentford because this is our title. Not like we need to show Man City that we are the most ruthless team in the Premier League. And yesterday we were playing like absolute scared fishies. And the Sharks are still prowling above us in the table after the fact that we dropped 2 points yesterday. And next week we've got another tough away game against Wolves. And Wolves ain't going to be easy because remember when we played them at the Emirates, we needed 2 own goal miracles to save us right at the death. And people still sit there and say, oh, but Jesus got the winning goal. No, the last goal came off Mosquera, not our Mosquera, their Mosquera. So it wasn't Jesus's winning goal. It was a own goal winner. And Wolves will be fired up for that game on Wednesday. So we shouldn't take them lightly because that's for their Premier League season because they don't want to go down and going down and heading out of the Premier League. They are up for it on Wednesday. But we still have to talk about yesterday and Noni Madueke. For me, that guy, we should have never ever signed Noni Madueke. Never. Because I'm sick and tired of the fact that we have to go out to Chelsea and beg them, please give us one of your players. Our manager can unlock him. And look at what this manager has done since he's got all of the scrubs from Chelsea. Jorginho he got, Kai Havertz he got, Madueke and Kepa, and none of them are playing very well for us. And people want to sit there and say, oh, but Madueke scored a hat-trick against Wolves last season in the 6-2 win. So what? That was his best performance, but he was still trash in a Chelsea shirt, and he's still trash for us. So that is why we should have gone out in the summer and got Abdemola Lookman or Michael Olise, one of those 2 wingers. Because they could create something for us. They've got the flair and they've got the capability of running down our right-hand channel. But the fact is, this manager wanted Madueke in the summer. This is on this manager because he chose Madueke to come to Arsenal. And this is on him. This manager is such a coward because he's always wanting his players. Because Berta was the one that got Gyökeres, so Arteta has to play Gyökeres. But yesterday, Gyökeres wasn't on it today. And the fact is, this manager left him on for 90 minutes. This is only the second time Gyökeres has been staying on the field for 90 minutes since October. And Lee Gunner was saying on his channel, he was saying, get Gyökeres off, bring on Jesus. Because Gyökeres wasn't doing nothing. And I rate Gyökeres highly, but I just don't know I don't know what's been bothering him because no single player is giving him any service. No single player is giving him that. And I feel so terrible for Gyökeres. Eze as well. Eze was terrible yesterday. I have never seen Eze play this horrible. I just don't know what's going on. And Lee on his fan cam said, we've signed the wrong Eze. Did we sign his twin? Something like that on his fan cam. And he was right. Eze is not the guy that we know when he was at Crystal Palace.
Not even anywhere near, is it?
I'm sorry, but he's got to fix up because if he continues to play like this, then surely then this manager will have no choice but to bench him and play this scrubby captain every single game. And what did the captain do? There was one point in the game where Brentford got a corner. He was salsa dancing with somebody. He was doing that weird salsa dancing. Yeah.
Jokes.
And then after that...
Fucking doing the Macarena, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
The corner was about to come in. He was on the floor and he was in pain. He was I just don't know where he gets all that excuse from. And then Martin Keown has to come out of his little bubble and say, oh, Odegaard was outstanding. He is the next Liam Brady. Fuck off, Martin Keown. This captain will never be like Liam Brady. Don't tell me you've been watching American football, Martin Keown, you waste man. And from now on, he is no legend of Arsenal. He is one of Arteta's puppet masters, because everything Arteta says to Keon has to report it back to the Sky Sports and say it to the whole world. Because Keon is because Arteta tells Keon to say something, and Keon has to obey his command, because if he doesn't do it, then he'll get fired from the Sky Sports pundit show. It's just so embarrassing, Aaron. This football club is not ready to win the Premier League, because the only cup we can challenge for is the League Cup, and I'm worried about that League Cup final against Man City, because they're fired up, they're ready, because they destroyed Fulham, and they went to Anfield and put on an amazing performance against Liverpool. That was like, I've never seen Man City. Like, Man City have had so many struggles at Anfield, but this season they came out to Anfield like the old Man City.
Well, Maisie, you think just quickly, or just on that note, and then I'll get a couple of the super chats in, and then we'll bring Manny in. Just on that point, right? There's 4 points now that separate first and second place, Arsenal, Manchester City. 5 points are the difference between the us playing Liverpool, and them playing Liverpool. We got 1 point out of 6 versus Liverpool. Manchester City, they got 6 out of 6. They turned up in the big games, and they were brave enough to try and win them. I mean, they rolled them over at the Etihad quite comfortably. And then, do you know what? It might not have been the 90-minute performance masterclass, but who needs a masterclass performance if you come out of Anfield with 3 points? Does anyone on this panel? Does anyone in this chat? Big up to every single one of you. Still 128 of you in the building. Big up to every single one of you. Would you complain about the performance at Anfield if you come away with 3 points? Nah,
absolutely
you
not.
wouldn't. You'd come straight back out there and just go, do you know what? It's one of them fixtures on the calendar list where you go, couldn't really give a shit. Couldn't really care less. But I'll come out there with 3 points. I don't care if it's the worst game of football I've ever fucking watched. There's 3 points in the back pocket. 3 points in the skyrocket. Thank you very much, man. Just quickly before we bring you in, Manny, big up to you as well, brother. Martin, sorry, bruv. I'm a little bit behind on this, so I really do apologise, man. I know you've probably got better things to spend your dough on, so I really appreciate you putting the super chat. And one second, and I'll bring you back in. Sorry, I'll bring you back in, and then we'll get Manny in. So I do apologise, Martin Tapp. He's a geezer. I've been on screen with him a couple of times, Brandon, and it's noted, mate. But I do apologise. I'm a little bit behind on him, so do forgive us, bruv. But big up to you as well, Forever Gunner, man. Always appreciate. I don't know what country the thing's from or where you are. Put it in the chat so I know a little bit more about you. So I can say
it's from. It might be from the Indian subcontinent. That's the rupee sign, Aaron.
Is that so? Is it a rupee sign? So big up to you, my friend. From that part of Asia, where exactly where you're from. Big up to you, my friend.
More or less India. More or less India.
Indian, yeah. Well, if you're an Indian geezer, if you're an Indian fridge freezer, big up to you, my friend. I'm a big fan of the curries, mate. I love them. I just had one today. Just had a fucking cheeky one today, mate. A fucking little cheeky garam masala.
I'm gonna order one right now, bro. I'm ordering one right here, right now.
Numero uno.
I'm hungry, man. I'm hungry for success as well, bro. Best Sorry to cut you off, Manny, and all of that shit. Yeah, but it has to be said. When you're starving of success,
great food,
when you're
man.
hungry,
great food.
Man. Exactly. You've got to. It is.
Mate. Honestly, it's number one treat in my house. I mean, the first thing my missus we do is we go for an Indian cuisine, man. Absolute spectacular. And thank you very much. I usually put your funds in for things like that, but maybe I'll put it towards that next time. Big up to you, my friend. Odegaard is the worst captain I have seen at Arsenal after crybaby Gallas. I mean, to be fair, Mikel Arteta came after him. But yeah, I kind of see your point. Gallas, he was a good centre back, but bet for Chelsea. Weren't a great captain for Arsenal, but Odegaard, yeah, absolute shower shit. Go on, G, just quickly, bruv.
Real quick, did you guys see his interview after the game? Not the press conference interview, the quick sideline interview.
Who's?
Arteta.
No.
Arteta said, and I quote, Brentford just played for corners and set pieces all game. I'm sorry.
No.
You play football.
Yeah,
hypocrite, bruv. Fucking hypocrite.
Yeah, but there was another thing from the interview. But do you guys know what Declan Rice said in his interview? He said, "If you cannot win, don't lose." And Declan Rice, like, I just can't believe he said that to the whole world, because this manager is like, even though we are trying to get the 3 points, this manager doesn't want to lose. He is hoping that we get one goal and then we just retreat quickly and avoid to not let any single opposition outmuscle us and score against us. And if they do, then we have to attack them again. Because this manager, he's so afraid of losing that he's desperate to hold on to his 1-goal lead. It's just not good enough. We should be walloping Brentford, but this manager is still showing his cowardice out on the field with the hopes of his side holding on to a 1-goal lead so that the opposition don't outmuscle us.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. No, facts, man. Just quickly as well, I'll get a couple of in, and then I'm definitely going to get many in 1 sec. I just need to reel these off because I'm so behind on them, so I do massively apologise.
Big up the super chats.
Yeah, big up, man. And the geezers jumped in again, man. Big up, man. And this is what it's all about, by the way, brother. And you don't have to send in a super chat, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Finally found an Arsenal channel who speaks some sense. The side of Curtis Shaw TV, love the work you guys do. Listen as well. Don't just forget that in terms of Arsenal channels. Gianni, I know he's got a Napoli channel, but he also talks about Arsenal. Natster has also got an Arsenal channel. Manny, I don't know if you have or not. Chow talks good bit of football as well. So there are other channels, man. Do you know what I mean? Out there, we got the likes of Shane Gooners and the DJ Bs and the Norm Skis. I know I'm a poet and I know it. Do you know what I mean?
I've got a game on Tuesday against Huddersfield.
There's a lot of us out there, bruv. So my friend, if I don't know how new you are to the YouTube sort of thing and all of that, but there's a lot of us channels out there, bruv. You know what I mean? That could do with the guys like you, obviously, that see football the right way. But bless up to you, man. Big up to you, man. And you're saying love the work you guys do, and I double appreciate that, man. Honestly, it never goes amiss. We got JCG in the building. He's jumped in and gone, big up Aaron in the panel. Big up to you, JCG, you wonderful bastard. Saka and Odegaard, the worst two players for Arsenal this season. Hashtag facts. Aaron, your favourite Martin loves dancing. You always have to fucking change it up at the end there, didn't you, JCG, you bastard? Yeah. But,
I'm putting Martin's dancing up there with Theresa. I'm putting Martin Odegaard's dancing up there with Theresa May from years ago.
Yeah. Oh, well, and I remember that, unfortunately. That's scarred in my brain. It gives me nightmares. Wakes me up in cold sweats sometimes. And just lastly, but not least, Suge, before I read out what you said, and I know it's probably not going to be complimentary, but I 100% from the depths of my little heart, I hope that everything's going all good with you, my friend. Sending it all the love I could possibly get out of this little cold fucking little stone of a heart that I've got. Sending it all to you, my brother. Hope you're well. Really glad to see you in the YouTube space, my friend. What an absolute fridge de la freezer. And you're saying big up to the guy. This will be me. Reminds me of a 1 week old hot dog water. Adam, that's me. Thank you very much. That is probably the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me, you sweetheart. Thank you very much, Suge. I'm standing in room 109. Amazing guest and chat. Hit the likes and subscribe and listen. If you're not going to listen to me, listen to Suge. Like and subscribe. If you haven't done already, why haven't you? You know what I mean? It's only 2 little cheeky little clicks. Get that likes up. I don't know how many likes we're on, but they could be a little bit better. There's 120 of you wonderful bastards in the building. Let's get that right up. But Manny, man, big up to you, brother. Thank you very much for giving me your time. You waited extremely patiently. It's been one of them where it's such a passionate, emotional, frustrating, ridiculous response where everyone just has to say their bit. So it's gone on a little bit longer between people than I'd thought it would do. But now's your turn, bruv. Talk to me, my friend.
Yeah, first of all, Aaron, thanks a lot for having me on. I think I had come on on a previous occasion, but I think there was an internet issue and I couldn't really stay on for much longer. And it's funny how we're talking about, captains and how Odegaard simply isn't it. I think it's also fair to say that for all of his decent qualities as a defender, Gabriel shouldn't even be considered it either. I want to say, of course, big up to Rashid. I was on his stream earlier, and I'm sort of straight over here following a few others. And of course, I think if you remember Gabriel's, petulance against Manchester United when he refused to shake Harry Maguire's hand, this is a guy who, he's the perfect definition of a crybaby. Loves to give it the big large, gave it the big large against Aston Villa after we beat them 4-1, I think. But then when things don't go his way, he can't, tolerate it. And then, he really should have been, he had some good blocks yesterday, but he really should have been sent off. And when you have a guy like him who, just doesn't really have the right attitude, in my opinion. I think there's a saying, and I think, it's quite popular on both sides of the Atlantic Ocean. Your attitude determines your altitude. If you aren't willing to show that you are made of the right minerals, as we would say, and have the right, personality and a willingness to, improve yourself, you'll never be worthy of any kind of respect. You'd never see that sort of tomfoolery from Tony Adams, but it's also a reflection of the manager. And when you have a classless manager who, is kind of snarky and snidey, as Gianni said in that, pitch side interview after the game, he literally loves to gaslight people. And when you have that sort of attitude from the manager, it filters through to the players. It also filters down to the fans. The fans also, end up defending their cult leader because they haven't just, drunk the Kool-Aid. They've consumed the moonshine, the poison, whatever you want. And they're not even afraid to, lose their lives over it. So just a quick show of hands, all in favour of making Declan Rice our future captain of Arsenal. Say aye.
Aye.
Double boom.
Well, I think that's an emphatic enough response, especially since one person's away from the keyboard. But it also sort of underlines the fact that once this season is over, if, as expected, we fail to win anything, we don't just need to get rid of Arteta. We've literally got to clean out the stables. You'll remember from Greek mythology, Hercules' 12 labors having to clean out those stables. Yeah. That's what we've got to do at Arsenal. And we've literally got to end this rebuilding phase and almost start a new rebuild. And that's why I will never be one of those people who gives Arteta any kind of credit for laying the foundations. And then it segues back to what that idiot said about how he's an architect. I don't know if any of you know this. I studied architecture. That was my bachelor's degree. I briefly worked in the field for about 2 or 3 years before deciding to quit and then do an MBA and branch into business and finance. It is what it is. But one thing I can tell you is, if you are commissioned to, undertake a project from the beginning to the end, and you aren't able to end it successfully, far from being given any kind of credit for laying the foundations, you actually end up getting sued and asked to refund your money paid to you in the form of a down payment for not completing the damn thing. There's no point in doing all of the work to, make sure the house is well designed and well built if you can't put a damn roof on it and complete the whole thing. And winning a major title would be like literally putting that roof over this house, as it were. And it's just disgusting how people are still, it all segues back into what people are saying, their default response being back the team. We support the team. We want to see Arsenal succeed. And if Arsenal succeeds, the team succeeds, we give the players and the manager their credit. But we're not going to give the players or the manager any kind of credit for, a few isolated, wonderful games when it leads to nothing at the end. Segueing back into David Raya, people drooling over him potentially be earning another Golden Gloves award. I don't care about that. Sorry about that. I'm sounding like Daffy Duck. If this idiot will end up, costing us a big game or a trophy, people are going to start seeing right through him. He's completely skittish. People are going to talk about how that save was absolutely wonderful. Well, it was sort of within his range. You stick your left hand out, you're pretty much, expected to save it. And it was his stupidity that put us into that mess.
He was the square root of the problem, wasn't he?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The root of all evil, and we're going to get to that in a minute. These are just one of so many isolated incidents involving him where, he has a muck-up. It isn't punished, that excessively, but once it does get punished excessively, people are going to start seeing through him. It all segues back to my belief that we never should have sold Emi Martinez. And when you take a look at how much he's accomplished, with Argentina and how he's been a big part of Aston Villa's rise from a team that finished 17th before he came in to becoming a team that's regularly qualifying for Europe and could very well end up winning silverware this season, at least with the Europa League. We'll see what happens later. We never should have sold him. And as much as I respect Nat a great deal and how he said he wanted Jan Oblak, he has been quality for so many years. I just wonder if, he's starting to, slightly get on a little bit, as is Thibaut Courtois. But none of the point I'm making is that with the exception of maybe a few players, none of the players we have can be considered world class. And yet the irony is there is some talent in the squad that we have. But I said it on Rashid's stream, bad carpenters don't just blame their tools, they blunt them. And we've got a carpenter or a makeshift carpenter who doesn't even deserve to be called that, who has all this talent at his disposal, but sucks the joy out of them, sucks the talent out of them, trying to shoehorn them to play in a certain way to fit his harebrained system. And the end result is you get players like Ebery Eze who lose their confidence, who lose their sense of identity. You don't even know what they're supposed to do. You have someone like Gabriel Martinelli, who was balling under Unai Emery as a main striker, scoring goals left, right, and centre. But now he's being asked to sort of, hug the left-sided touchline, try and cut in and cross, and yet he doesn't enjoy himself, looking down all the time.
Yeah.
And then, he promoted Miles Lewis-Skelly as this sort of, amazing inverted left-back, although he is, like Zinchenko, a central midfielder. He was good enough to be picked for the England squad. Now we don't even hear of him. So it's poor man management from a manager who not only doesn't who not only blunts the talents of his players, but also can't manage his players properly for Toffee. And so, why the hell should we have to continue to back this manager when we know it's going to be another car crash? And last night was just no different.
Yeah,
the lead's continuing to get whittled down. City are now cock a hoop after that win over Manchester City, and as you said, Aaron, quite perfectly. If you win a tough game at Anfield, nobody's going to care how you win it. Bear in mind, one of our most heralded title wins was at Anfield. We won it on, I think it was on goals scored, if not goal difference. I don't quite remember.
Yeah,
but nobody.
Goal scored.
So, but because we had a similar goal difference, and we won by 2 if memory serves me right. But nobody complained about that. And I also love the class that we showed by paying respect to the Hillsborough victims that day. I don't know if we could necessarily see that in this current squad with this current manager. Maybe, they had to do that for sake of optics.
But we've got a really nice song that we sing now, though.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Don't even get me started on that. I'm not going to speak about that.
So, someone asked me what I do when the song comes on, and I do this.
Brilliant.
Mate, I mute my TV. I don't even bother to listen to that rubbish. As soon as it comes on, I say, chuck it, mute it. I don't want to listen to that. What I'm going to say right now is that these 6 full seasons after the FA Cup win have literally seen Arteta fritter away all of the goodwill that we had, that many people like myself had in him within the first season, the first 2 seasons. But he's still been allowed to continue. I've had many people come and criticize me for my observations. They say, I'm an idiot. Whenever I've spoken about Odegaard's lack of leadership qualities on Twitter, saying that unless he wins a title, he'll never be a great. You won't believe this. I had many people coming and trying to, rip me a new one. I'd say, bugger you, and I just blocked them. And I understand now why a lot of people would want to deactivate their social media accounts, but I'm just going to go back to center and say this. In these 6 years, not only have we lost our identity as a football team, we've lost our identity as a football club. And many people like, Jez from Jez's Arsenal and several people like him say they don't recognize the club right now. And it's a tragedy. You've got some supposedly old fans, including that schmuck who saw it fit to, attack Lee Gunner, saying, I'm really happy with the way things now, good feeling and everything. And he even had the nerve to say he couldn't...
Father Ted or something like that.
Yeah, and he even had... He even had the nerve to say that he couldn't celebrate the 2014 FA Cup win because it meant that Arteta would still be in a job. How dare he? If Arteta wins us silverware, we'll celebrate the silverware. We're not going to celebrate him. We're not going to celebrate a few of his players who we actually think, are just not worthy to be there. But then that's us as people.
Just quickly to interject there, though, with people like that, Father Ted, and them opinions. Do you know what the best thing to do with idiots is usually? Just let them carry on talking, because they'll hang themselves eventually. And that's what he done in that thing. He came out with a staunch opinion to say this about Lee Gunner, and then ended up contradicting his entire original point at the end of the video. With probably even a worse point than his original accusation. It's retarded.
Agreed completely. Agreed completely.
Only thing you got to do is call him a dumb fuck. Yeah. That's all it is.
But
you just let people like that talk because they'll just hang themselves.
And more than that, I will say this, Aaron, briefly, is that we just have to let everything play out because we all know the story. Pattern recognition, as my boy Natsta always says. We know the steps. We've seen it all before. This isn't PTSD, gentlemen. This is basically the same script, the same damn story being repeated again and again and again. More people are going to be angry. I just hope that at the end of the season, more and more people, enough people will start to see that the Emperor has no clothes and say, you know what, enough's enough. We can't hack it anymore. And that's that's all we can hope for. It happened eventually with Wenger. It is going to happen with Arteta. And as I said, once he leaves, we've got to, insist that we reclaim our Arsenal. A huge root and branch restructuring of everything, weeding everything out. And it's so sad because this was supposed to be a rebuild. Now we have to rebuild the rebuild, as Rashid said. It's disgusting. Absolutely stupid. Aaron, listen, I want to thank you for having me on. I hope to come on again, but it's getting late where I am.
More than welcome. You're more than welcome. Whereabouts you from? Whereabouts are you, bud? Whereabouts you located?
Yeah. Originally, I'm from the UK, born and raised, so I've still got the accent. But I'm currently based. I'm based overseas. I am in India, so I recognise that little rupee sign.
Oh, lovely, man.
I'm hoping to come back to the UK very soon, and I just want to say one thing: garam masala is not a curry; it's a spice.
Well, yeah. All right. Well, I'm English, mate. Leave me out, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean?
I understand. Listen. Look, I'm English too. I know we love the curries. I can make a decent, a curry for you if you like, whether it's Madras or Vindaloo. The secret to Vindaloo,
I'll have a garam masala, please.
Works a treat.
big up money speaking facts, by the way.
But anyway, listen, I've got to go to sleep now. But big up to you, Aaron. Big up to the panel. Big up to the chat. Man. Hope to see you all again soon. The next time, I'm going to try and come on a lot earlier.
Yeah, good night, man.
No, big up, man. Pleasure. We're jump Quasar in. Big up to you, brother. Waiting there patiently, man. As is everyone else. We will get to everyone, of course. Big up to you, Quasar. What you saying, man? What you got to add on to the absolute shower of shit that we've been watching recently, in particularly the Brentford game and our current situation? 9 points became 6, 6 became 4.
Big up, Aaron. Big up to the chat as always. Big up the panel. Thanks for giving me the mod. I appreciate it, man. Love the community.
Always, Quasar, you're a boy, bruv. Come on, mate.
It was a terrible performance. If you want to check out my match reaction, go and check out my channel. It was terrible. It was just a boring game. We just never looked on it on the first half. The first half, it was so bad. We had I don't think we had a shot on target. I think we had one shot, none on target. And it was just sideways football, just slowing it down. We just never looked like attacking. And even Natsta predicted 2-1 Arsenal. I predicted 2-1 as well, because it wouldn't be easy. Because, Keith Andrews has got a good record against the Big Six as well this season. He has done well against the Big Six. beating Man United 3-1, draw to Chelsea. They beat Liverpool 3-2. Yes, they lost to Manchester City 1-0. They drew to Spurs 0-0, and they've now drew to us. I mean, like, he's contender for manager of the season for what he has done to Brentford is unbelievable. I thought Brentford were going to get relegated, but he's done exceptional, right? Gabriel was very fortunate not to get sent off because Igor Thiago had absolutely put him into shreds, bruv. Yeah,
very fortunate.
You had to thank Mosquera for that challenge because if Mosquera had not made that tackle, we lose that game. Mosquera saved us, by the way, that tackle. Yes, Mosquera was having tough battles, but he did better than Gabriel against the
He recovered well, didn't he, in that scenario as well, to be fair to Mosquera. And as well as a young defender who's just coming in, he knows that's do or die. He either gets that ball or it's not looking good,
Yeah, I just feel like with the tactics, it was just boring. I mean, apparently people saying Eze was stinking out. That's where he came off at half time. Hang on a minute. So Madueke was stinking out as well. Why did he not get subbed off at half time? Make sense. They just contradict it. Like they say Eze had a bad game. Yeah, Madueke did nothing in the first half. He could not dribble. He just took way too many touches. The guy can't take on his man. His end product is absolutely terrible. He has no IQ, no nothing. Right? We're supposed to apparently say that this is the best player in the world. According to Moneypenny, he thinks that if Madueke would be good, he would be the best player in the world. I'm like, come on, bro. The guy has no end product. He has no end product. Like, how can you be a winger and have no end product? That's terrible.
He can't finish a wank, mate, can he? Do you know what I mean? It's terrible.
Yeah. I just don't get the tactics. It was like for like. The subs absolutely did nothing. It was like for like. You bring off...
Quadjo, that's a good point, though. When have you ever seen him not make like for like subs? When have you actually ever seen him change formation with a sub?
Never,
when have you ever seen him bring off a defender for a midfielder or midfielder for a striker and actually play him there and change subs? When? Quadjo, you've said it yourself.
Outclassed by Emery at Villa Park. Emery bought off Matty Cash for an attacker and they won the game against us. That's Emery, bro. Emery bought off Matty Cash at Villa Park and bought in an attacker and they won the game. Why can't
you dares, my son? Do you know what I mean?
Because he's scared.
He dares, Rodders.
He'd rather have more defenders because he's a defensive coach. He's like, oh, but we need more defenders. We need more defenders. Oh my God, it's going to be a risk. Take the risk, bro. Pep takes risks. He takes it. Yeah, but let's be real. Sometimes, he makes mistakes. But big up to Shane as well. The legend.
Big up Shane.
Wait, just quickly as well. Our Shane's just fucking freshly coming back. He's bouncing out of Ireland somewhere from shaking Tony Adams' hand. He's been... Shane. Glenn Elder ain't good enough for fucking Shane. No. He's gone up in the world now, our Shane. You know what I mean?
Shane, by the way.
He's rubbing shoulders of our tone. Isn't he? Big up the Shane. I'm sure he'll probably send maybe he'll send some photos or show you a couple of bits of his evening. He sent me over a couple of little bits. Big up to him as well. And do you know what as well, Shane? You fucking midget. Like, come on, man. Do you know what I'm saying? he fucking give me all the stick. He stood there with a photo with Tony Adams. He's like, all right, Tony. Nah, big up the Shane.
Bless up Marie from Lee Gunners chat as well. Bless up Marie.
Yeah. No.
I feel like Aaron, the fact that we played like that. I mean, when he bought Odegaard.
Yeah. Oh, you going there, Quaja? That Wi-Fi's not Wi-Fi in today. We'll give it a couple more seconds. Is he going to come back? And if not, we'll jump Chow in. I'll tell you what, Chow, go on, you go. Quaja's internet can be a bit hit and miss every now and then.
Sorry, Aaron, bro.
Oh, no, go on, carry on, bruv. Carry on.
Sorry about that, because the top gooners must have disabled my StreamYard, because you know what, the top gooners, they just invaded my privacy. And...
mate, do you know what it was, mate? Yeah, that's it. Do you know what it was? It was a
mutant alert. Mutant alert. Mutant alert. Mutant alert.
Yeah, man. I mean, what can we say about that performance? It was just terrible. I thought we got that goal. Fantastic cross from Nkapie. Madueke with a good header. Then he brought on Saka for no reason. I don't know why and why. Because reports saying that he was supposed to be fit for the North London derby. Yet you risked him. and he doesn't look fit. It makes no sense. What can someone explain to me which proper manager would bring on injured players in a match? It makes no sense. You just don't do that. Like any manager, if you're trying to be a manager, you have that common sense. You go, okay, right, the player's injured. No, out the team, get out. You're staying at home. Don't ever come back. You're staying at home, right? Yeah, exactly. We got Ryan. He should have never stayed on that pitch. Should have never the pitch. But Lego Head was like, oh, but I was desperate to get them on the pitch. And oh, by the way, Aaron and the panel, Odegaard needs to pack his bags and leave because that equalizer, equalizer, it was his fault.
Do you know what he needs to do? Join a little Norwegian boy band. That's what he looks like. Do you know what I mean? Little Norwegian Justin Timberlake. Fucking little bit of NSYNC, Norwegian sync. Piss off.
He's not a footballer, bro. He's not a footballer. He's just a dancer. He's just a dancer. He can dance around, because he skips around.
Yeah. You can tell I'm white and can't dance.
This guy hurt himself. He was like, ow.
Just join the In-Betweeners movie.
Oh, yeah, that Will. The Will was moving, skipping around. Will.
Well, it makes sense for him to skip around like one Mackenzie because he just skips on the
be a cheerleader
when you're running.
Hey, he's skipping around. He was skipping around. Aston Villa, the equalizer, and when they're winner, he was skipping around like this.
Yeah, I can't see where it's like jumping jacks. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Perfect cheerleader.
Don't get me wrong. Obviously, big up
Bieber coming out from a diddy pie.
Apparently, he apparently hurt himself. Odegaard hurt himself. He's like, ouch, I hurt myself. Bro, you could not mark Keane Lewis Potter, bro. You're telling me that you hurt yourself. It's your fault, bro. You were marking Keane Lewis Potter and you could not do the basics of defending. That is our captain.
He's a fucking bitch.
He is
he just wants. Let's be fucking real. First of all, here this may sound crazy. Again, this is a perfect point to show why this manager doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Why is your number 10, your creator, in the box in the first place? Him and the striker should be outside of the box getting ready for a counterattack. Because again, all this should be is if you clear the ball, your number 10 gets on it, puts a ball over the top, and let the striker take off since they're already limited in defense because it's a fucking corner. It's basic shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to have that.
Bro, he's a dumb fuck.
We don't have that.
Dumb fuck. He is look how fucking stupid this is. Like he is the only manager that came. He is the only assistant manager that came out from underneath Pep that doesn't know how to develop youth because Maresca did. Look what Maresca's done with youth at Chelsea. Whether he was forced to or not, he's been doing it. Right? He shoots all the youth out of this fucking team. Why are any of these bums starting over Miles Lewis-Skelly in the midfield? Lewis-Skelly should be in the midfield right now. Not this fucking Odegaard.
Or at least should have been given a chance at this point, innit?
Brother,
at least been given a chance.
Starting as one of the 8s, and fucking Wanyeri should have never been sent off and should have been the goddamn right winger at this point right now.
Facts.
Or at least the number 10.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah. How can you justify, just on that point as well? I'm gonna say two things in my head, mate. Just quickly, bottom left, is it Chike or Chike?
It's Chike.
Chike, all right, yeah, cool. I just wanted to wrap that, because I just wanted to make sure I call you by your pronounce your name right, because respect. And two, fucking, why on earth would anyone sit there and go, okay, would you prefer even Neri in the team or Madueke or Badawake? Who would do that? Is there anyone on this planet that would prefer Madueke line up than Ethan Nwaneri?
Bro, we should have got Mbeumo, let alone Madueke. Mbeumo was available. Mbeumo was the better option. Yeah. If we got Mbeumo, that would have been a good option. But come on, bro. Madueke is terrible.
What's doing, man? Come on, man. He had a buyout clause, for fuck's sake. 10 million less. Like, that could have been
52 million down the drain, bro. That's what it is. 52 million down the drain.
Yeah, but hold on. At the same time about Mbeumo, yeah, he's doing good right now. But why again are we looking at bottom half fucking teams? Why are we doing this shit? This is Arsenal. Fuck Mbeumo. Let him go to trash ass fucking Manchester United. Fuck him. Alex Baena went to Atletico Madrid for less than the both of them. Lookman was 35 million euros, not pounds. He's better than both of them.
Yeah.
Facts.
You go for top teams. This is not fucking. You know what the biggest problem is with modern football? Is everybody talks about this project shit. Everybody talks about projects and all this other stupid shit that goes on with all this. Why are the big teams taking on the mentality of small fucking teams?
Facts. I'd have signed Alex Bielsa in a heartbeat.
If your team finishes in the bottom half of the table, there is no fucking reason for Arsenal to even look at you.
It's true.
Unless you are something really special. Unless you are significantly special.
Brother,
otherwise, there's no argument.
Brother, that still doesn't mean a fucking thing. Because look at that fucking bum that came from Bologna that everybody was hyping up when he went to Forest.
Calafiori, bro.
Dan Doy is fucking gulping and burping dog shit the whole time he's been in the Premier League when everybody swore he was the next fucking coming out of the City A. No. We should be looking at the other teams across Europe that are the top teams. If players don't work, if players are working over there, you go and spend the money to go get them. You don't go look at these bottom half fucking teams. This is where these big clubs have got everything fucked up with this shit.
The truth is, Calafiori as well, right? I bet Bologna were laughing themselves to the bank when they saw the money they were getting for Calafiori.
Bro, he didn't even play half the season. He was injured.
Facts.
He was injured.
Facts.
He does not look the same player he was because Lego had rushed him back. He does not look.
He was never a fucking player.
He was never a left back.
If it wasn't for the political bullshit that goes on in Italy, that fucking scumbag scrub wouldn't even be on a national team. But because he plays for a Northern Italian team, that's why he gets on the team. He's a fucking scrub. He's not even top 8 center backs that are Italian right now. He's not even top 3 left backs that are Italian right now.
Gianni, can I ask you a question?
No reason for that bum to be on his team.
Can I ask you a question about you talk a lot about Syria, and I love your content, by the way. I subscribe to you, and I love.
Yeah, I'm actually going to subscribe to you, Gianni.
And can I talk to you about like some of the Serie A players?
Have we got any mods in
it? Sorry. Can I just?
You could go. Kush gang.
Can you ask me about like Tiani Reinders? Has he been good at Serie A? Because I've never watched Serie A. What do you think?
No, he's inconsistent. He's been inconsistent the entire time. He wasn't. Here's the greatest thing: all the people that were hyping up Reinders forgot he wasn't there when AC Milan won the Scudetto recently. They all said he was. He wasn't there. And then when he was there, he was the most inconsistent fucking midfielder they had. The guy does a worldie for one game and then goes missing for 5. That's why Pep is benching him. So all the people are like, oh, I don't know why Reinders is fucking missing time. The guy blows. He has one good fucking game and is a bum for 5.
Yeah, that's not good enough.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
That's not sustainable, man. You, especially if you're a captain. I'm talking about captains. Big up to Shane Gooner, man. And listen to this. And this will be the most least surprising thing you've ever heard all evening.
No,
because it's come from Tony Adams's mouth. Yeah, Shane Gooner, of course, our celebrity in the know. He's best mates of all the Arsenal players of old. Is our Shane. I asked Tony Adams what his dressing room would have said if someone had said second isn't failure, like Odegaard. Only a fucking idiot would say second isn't failure.
Well, Odegaard is an idiot.
Say no more. Mm-hmm. Say no more. And if you don't like Shane saying it, that's fine. If you don't like me saying it, that's fine. If you don't like this panel saying it, that's fine. Tony Adams said it. You know who Tony Adams is? He won 3 titles in 3 different decades, bruv. Mm-hmm. He won in the 80s, in the 90s, and in the noughties. That guy is Mr. Arsenal, the best captain Arsenal's ever had. So if you don't like what me and Shane and everyone else says, you know, take it from Tone, from the horse's mouth, or the donkey's mouth, as some papers would call him.
The problem is, Aaron, some of these top gooners will disrespect club legends that come out and say these things and hold.
They already do, bruv.
They already
do.
I'll tell you what, I'll say this off record, right? Because for people who are just watching this that don't know who I am, I'm a Doncaster supporter, so I'm a neutral in all this. If I had to spend one season with some of your fan base online, I'd have to resort to counselling because your fan base is 100 times worse than ours, and our fan base hold our standards accountable. We've got a quarter of our fan base wanting our manager out after just winning the league title, and we're one game away from a Wembley final right now. And people still want.
Well, how do you think I feel? I don't know whether I'm going to fucking bath with my missus or the toaster from day to day. You know what I mean?
Like
that's what it's like being an Arsenal fan.
I'm comparing both fan bases right now. Like, for example, our fan base, we've got some people in our fan base that say, "Oh, I'd rather lose 10-0 in this cup game just to focus on staying in the league." And most of our fan base are actually going on top of those people and saying, "No, get both. Stay in the league and get a final at Wembley and try and win a trophy." When I see some of your fans online and what they're saying online and some of the shit they spout, Jesus fucking Christ, it's that Father Ted, by the way. That Father Ted, no disrespect to elders, right?
Yeah.
No disrespect to elders, right? But the only Father Ted I acknowledge was played by Dermot Morgan. Those who watch that show will know what I mean. Father Ted, innit? So, like, Dermot Morgan's the only Father Ted I acknowledge, with all due respect to elders. That Father Ted and the way he attacked Lee Gunner was fucking disgusting. Disgusting.
Pleb.
I also want to say, if anyone's familiar with the New York market, this guy would not survive 2 seconds in the New York market, and Gianni will know all about this. Or even the Chicago market.
Yeah, I'm from Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm not from New York.
But still, the Chicago market's just as ruthless as the New York market.
One sec, Lawrence. Yeah, no, it's facts, bruv. Go on, Lawrence. What you saying, bruv?
I've got to disagree with you. Tony Adams is not the greatest. Is not the greatest Arsenal captain of all time. Frank McClintock. You can't have a discussion about the greatest Arsenal captain if you don't include Frank McClintock in that conversation. I mean, Tony Adams was.
I would naturally concede my point, my argument to yours, because you've seen it and done it. So if that is the case, and that would be considered as a fact, I'm more than always happy to put my hands up, because you've been there, seen it, done it, and got the T-shirt. You've lived through it. You've seen it with your eyes. So if that's the case, I happily accept. I've got Frank McClintock. I was saying this off stream, funny enough. I've got Frank McClintock. Let me see. I'll try and fish it out upstairs in a second. I've got Frank McClintock signed Arsenal jersey. See this jersey here? It's the it's a 0405. I've got the home one with Robert Pires on the back. I was saying to you, I think G or the doc on the back of it. I've got the Frank McClintock's little signature on there. I'll try and fish it out in a minute. And it'll wake my missus up, so it'll piss her off. So I definitely will do it. I definitely will do it now. Yeah, I'll turn the light on and all because she loves that. But go on, yeah. No, sorry, I do apologize. Sorry, what was you saying, Lawrence?
No. I mean, I always agree with you. Whatever you say, because I think you and I are on the same wavelength about this clown in charge of our club. You know, I didn't get any sleep last night. I was so fuming. I felt I was turning into Kyle because I barely got a wink of
Big up, Kyle.
I barely got a wink of sleep last night.
Yeah, you sent me that message last night, Lawrence. You were fuming. You were fuming.
I mean, literally, my computer almost blew a socket while I was typing that last night. I mean, let me tell everyone in the panel and in the chat, I've been following this club since 1968.
Wow.
Which is 58 years. Used to stand on the North Bank at Highbury. Got a Highbury season ticket when they start issuing season tickets to go to football. Okay. I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I think I know this club better than anyone else on the planet. Watching them for nearly 60 years. Okay. And this is not the football club that I remember when I first started going to Highbury. And I'm sick and tired of being dictated to by a Toronto Maple Leaf dickhead who's telling me to calm down. And if I've got an issue, I should be banned from the internet because my opinions are not the same as his. He knows absolutely fuck all about Arsenal Football Club.
I know exactly who you're talking
I
about.
don't even know the difference between Gabriel Palista and Magalhaes.
I know who it is.
So, somebody who thinks Gabriel Magalhaes was in the 2016 squad when we all know he didn't sign for the club until 2020. Somebody who thinks Robin van Persie came through the Arsenal Academy system. And we've got a cult like him in our fan base. I saw Shane on a stream the other day getting mocked by this woman called Sophie, who I know.
Yeah. I had a phone call with Shane, and we spoke about it yesterday morning about that very thing. Yeah, I know what you're going to bring up. Yeah,
I met this woman in person when Arsenal came out here on a pre-season tour, right? And I've never met such a two-faced piece of scum like her in my life. Yeah, you know. Last night over there, yesterday afternoon, I went to a British pub out here in Los Angeles to watch the game, right? And the performance was absolutely shit. That's the only word. It looked more like a training session in that first half. I mean, we hardly attacked, right? Madueke and Trossard's execution in the final third was non-existent. Neither one of them took their player on when we were on the attack. Every time we went forwards towards their box, right, they seek the easy option by passing the ball backwards. I thought the job of a winger was to take a player on, get to the box, and sling it across for the forwards to knock the ball in the goal, right? But every time I saw Trossard and Madueke go forwards, and they never once took on the player. They always had to cut inside or go backwards, right? We did absolutely fuck all in that first half. I mean, I feel sorry for Gyökeres because he's not getting any service whatsoever. No. You know, his job is to get in the box, you know, to finish off chances.
Fucking service at post office.
Yeah. And it's just, I mean, he was literally feeding off scraps, you know. The only time we looked like we were going to do anything was in the second half for about 20 minutes. We got the goal, you know, but then there was another chance right after we took the lead. When we hit them on the counter, Odegaard went forward, laid the ball off to Declan Rice. He could have shot, right, but he decided, I'm going to give it to Gyökeres because he's our striker, he needs to go. We've become a fucking charity case now. You know, I've noticed it in recent years when we've got a player who's not on form, he's not getting goals for us, we're a charity case. Let's give the ball to him so he can get off the mark. We did it with Havertz as well when he joined us, when we got a penalty down at Bournemouth. Odegaard decided he wasn't going to take it. Let us give the ball to Trossard so he could get off the mark. We're now a fucking charity case. We don't take our chances. We don't finish our dinner, right? And I haven't seen this type of shit in my life since the days of the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm giving my age away here. As I said, I've been following this club for almost 60 years now. And there was a time in the mid-70s, I keep telling this story, nobody still believes me about it. 1974-75, 1975-76. After we just won the double, right? Bertie Mee was starting to break up the double team, and he was signing players like Brian Kidd and Jimmy Rimmer from Man United, Terry Mancini from Queen's Park Rangers, Alex Cropley from Hibernian, right? We still had a great team. We had a team of individuals, you know. We had Alan Ball as well, right? Great names, you know, as well as bringing in kids like Liam Brady, David O'Leary, and Frank Stapleton into the team, right? But for those 2 6 seasons, 74, 75, 75, 76, we were actually fighting against relegation. We were fighting for our life. We were fighting for our lives to stay in the first division, which is what the Premier League was known back then, right? And how we got out of those 2 seasons without going down, I still don't know. I don't know how we managed to get out of that mess, because it wasn't looking good, right? But at least at that time, Bertie Mee, may he rest in peace, he's decided he couldn't take this team forwards any longer. And he decided to step down, okay? Not like this clown here, it won't budge, right? I mean, anyone with any dignity would be knocking on the Kroenkes' door with his resignation letter and tapping Josh on the shoulder and said, "Look, Josh, it's not working out. You know, give the job to somebody else. You know, these players aren't following my instructions, or I can't get anything out of them. Give the job to somebody else, please." But how many times have we seen this fucking movie every fucking year, right? And we've got clowns like the aforementioned dickhead up in Toronto. This dickhead as well called Plastic Down, right? Shooting their mouths off, dictating.
Oh, don't say that, because he'll beat you up. He will.
Oh, right.
Smash.
Oh, good luck to him.
Smash with his creatine. Smash creatine.
Yeah.
Smash.
Let him do that. I challenge him, right? If you've got any balls, plastic deluded, Dan, invite me onto your channel, right? And let's have a proper discussion, right? I appeared briefly on his channel about a week ago, but I was under the weather, right? I wasn't feeling too good, but I'm fighting fit now. And I'm going to challenge you to a debate, mate, and show you what a dickhead you really are. Because you think Don Revie managed Arsenal Football Club in the 80s. That shows how much you know about this football club, Sunshine. Don Revie, who used to manage Leeds United, was manager of Arsenal in the 80s. Give your fucking head a wobble, you tart. You know, I'm tired of this fucking bullshit. I mean, I've seen this movie way too fucking often, right? You know, I'm tired of this, right? This manager has to go. It is time for the fan base in England, right? I can't do it. I'm in Los Angeles, but if I was back home in England, I'd be going to the Emirates Stadium, yelling my voice out, bringing back the toxicity and slagging this manager off and getting this manager out of our club, because that's the only way he will leave. If the fans get pissed off with him, right, and realise that he's not going to take us to that level, then he's got to go. No ifs, no buts, no maybes.
Yeah.
He is the cancer that's killing this football club. I'm sorry to use that terminology, but that's what he is.
We understand, yeah, we understand.
You know, I'm sorry. If it offends anyone, I apologize. But there's no other way to describe this clown whatsoever. I mean, I'm tired of this bullshit. You know, I can see what's happening. And when I see Martin Keown telling me that being 6 points ahead of Manchester City is healthier than being 9 points ahead of them, then I worry for this football club as a whole. Sorry, I didn't mean to go. I'm sorry.
No, Lawrence, I love it, mate. Like I love listening to it, mate. That's what it's all about. Like that's what this call-in's for. Have your say. Literally, that's what it's all about. I enjoyed listening to every single word you said, and you know what? I agreed with every single word you said as well. Just quickly as well, while you did go up there, I did manage to fish out. Like I said, I've got his twin brother. Got the home version of it, yeah, the home version of it. My choice of player on this particular jersey. Come on,
my guy.
My
guy.
But here we go. When we're talking about Frank McClintock, we have got Senior Frank McClintock. Can we see it on the camera? I wonder.
Oh wow.
Oh, I like it. I like the signature, man.
There's a bit of Frank McClintock right there. We got Frank McClintock there. We got Charlie George up here. Oh, you can't. You might not be able to see that too much, but we got Charlie George. We got Charlie George top left breast. We got a bit of fucking Pat Rice going on. Bit Pat Rice on this. I love this jersey. It used to be in the frame. My ex-missus dropped it down the stairs, cracked it, and she said, "Oh, sorry about that." Went, "Do you know how much that fucking means to me?" She went, "No." I went, "Well, that's why you're an ex, innit, love? Do you know what I mean? That's why you're an ex." And here's your P45. Get out. Big up to Kyle Walsh. We've got on the show, man.
Yes, Kyle, my guy.
Before we get to Kyle Walsh, I will sort of obviously say we've got our geezer. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to add, Chike, before we can go in. They've said a couple of little bits, but have you say, man? Big up to you as well. Thank you very much for coming on.
First of all, big up, Aaron, and big up to all the legends on the screen in front of me, and big up to the chat, the world class chat, like you always say, Aaron.
Yeah, man.
So, brother, that's after hurting me when you lifted up that jersey to see Robert Perez's name.
Well,
and now we're looking at Madwiki, Saka, Trossard, and Martinelli. I'm sorry, but we're after falling from the heavens. What I saw last night was absolute shambles. What I've been saying all season is the standard of football in the Premier League is shocking. And if we were as good as what these fucking arseholes say we are, we should be 15, 20 points clear. Instead of that, we were 7, then we went down to 6, and now we're 4. Bit of pressure comes on, and what happens? The cards folds. Haven't got the fucking balls, Aaron. It's like being in a nightclub, and a fella starts throwing a few shapes, and you start saying to him, "I ain't going to do this and I ain't going to do that," and then the fella says, "Well, let's go outside and see what you want to do," and he goes outside and you're hiding in the fucking toys. That's exactly what the Arsenal's done. Shitting on themselves. The pressure is on. I've been saying it all season. We are winning fucking nothing under this fucking clown. I've been saying it all season. When not everybody, when a lot of people were saying, "Oh, quadruple is on. Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to do that." We're going to do fuck all. There's one for you. We're going to do fuck all. Man City will beat us in the League Cup final as well. But watch this fucking space. People think that I'm fucking talking shite. It's a shambles, Aaron. I watched this last night. That first half was absolutely disgusting.
What was the point of it, Kyle? What was the point of it?
No point. Then in the second half, Dane, I've been saying for years, and I'm actually surprised with a few Arsenal fans that I respect and have a lot of time for. I've been saying they actually rate this fella. This Martinelli. He's fucking useless.
Nope.
Headless fucking chicken. I'm
Kyle,
perfect words.
Is he having a better season than last season? Yes. That doesn't make him great. And does that also make the standards great? Is he? No. He's just been an impact player, mostly of the Champions League, off the bench. Not all about that, but the way we play, Kyle, is almost like if you're not going to have a number 9, almost Firmino, Mane, Salah-esque, yeah? If you're going to do that, Salah and Mane better be banging goals in. Well, guess who are Salah and Mane are, Kyle? They're Martinelli and they're Saka. And guess what they ain't doing? They ain't Salah and they ain't Mane in, fucking Kyle.
Brother,
they ain't doing that, bruv.
What I'm saying is a team that's tired. I'm seeing a team that has no idea. I'm seeing a manager that's lost, like he has been for the last 6 years. It's embarrassing. I'm looking at the captain.
Yeah.
the captain, and he let on to be injured because he shat on himself in the folk when he was trying to defend for that goal. This is the worst captain in Arsenal's history.
Yep, 100%.
Tony Adams said that we're winning nothing with this fella's captain, and Tony Adams is 100% right.
Yeah.
And what did the Arsenal fan base do? Said, what does Tony Adams know? Let me tell you about Tony Adams. There's a fucking statue outside Emirates Stadium, you fucking pricks.
Yep.
He knows. And I tell you here now, I'm sick to fucking death, Aaron. I'm sick to death of these so-called big fucking hero Arsenal fans talking shit. I listen to Lee Judges talking shit. That fella has a big platform. Everybody thinks he's a legend. I think he's a fucking arsehole. I think he's a flip-flop. I think
don't watch AFTV.
I think he's a fella that thinks he's a fucking gangster out of a Guy Ritchie movie. He's a fucking arsehole who talks fucking shit. I sick the fucking dead of these clowns. Fucking Robbie Light talking shit.
The Luton fan, by the way. The Luton fan.
Don't watch AFTV.
These fellas have big platforms. If you want to fucking use them properly and talk the fucking facts. I'm sick to death of it. I face any of them over the Emirates Stadium, no problem. Let's have a little conversation. I'm fucking sick to death of them. I'm looking, Shane Gooner there, big up Shane. Shane puts these clowns on his channel there. The shit that they comes out with every single day is disgusting. I love this club.
Yep.
I want my club to win. These fuckers are making money off the back of my club. Talking nonsense and telling lies and spreading lies and nonsense to young people who's grown up, who wants to be Arsenal fans. We know the fucking history because we fucking grew up through it. And here I am looking at us last night, fighting for a Premier League the first time in 22 years. And what kind of fucking performance was that? What was that last night? It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And I'm at the scene twice now, Aaron. Twice. I saw Declan Rice saying in, I think it was the Nottingham Forest game, always the fucking same or something like that, he said.
Kyle, I'll show it to you.
Yeah, and then,
every fucking time.
And then last night, I don't know if you saw it, last night he said, unfucking believable. So the pressure is on. And I'm telling you, we are failing. And I want this little fucking fraud bastard to fuck off out of my club come the end of the season when we win. Fuck off, like I've been saying all year. And take his little scumbag captain with him. Little prick. And I'm still saying it. Bring 60% of the squad with him. Not good enough. I'm after seeing enough of them. They're not good enough. Calafiori. What kind of football player is he? Martinelli. Trossard, too inconsistent. Yeah. Madwiki or Madawiki, whatever the fuck his name is. Get him out of there with his fucking headband. Odegaard. Marino. These fellas are not good. Super Mendy.
Martinelli.
These fellas, Martinelli.
Jesus as well. The happy Jesus as well.
So whatever he's fucking name. Get him out of the club as well. Not good enough. Is there?
Yeah. And Eze as well.
Or is it because he's an English player? So what did the press, what did the media do in England? Hypes up these English players to be something that they're fucking not.
Yeah, and then do you know what the press do as well? And then
that people think he fucking is. That's a fucking fact.
Yeah.
I'm sick the fucking dead of it, Aaron. I'm sick the fucking dead of it. 22 fucking year. And I'm looking at this fucking shit last night. Are you fucking joking me?
It's a fucking Kyle. Listen, mate, it's a joke. So you sit there and you think, right? Like, calm. People say, calm down. You know, we're 4 points clear now. You know, or at the start of the season, you'd have took it. Do you know what? Like, I can understand from some perspectives, people saying, yeah, at the start of the season, would you have took it? Yeah. However, but there has to be a period of also being able to stop that sort of analogy or a trail of conversation and go, yeah, well, we've also got whoever's playing music in the background, that's got to go. I don't know. Is anyone playing music in the background there? That's it. There we go. Sweet. Yeah, Kwaja's listening to some headbangers. Yeah, he's muted himself. Cheers, brother. But yeah, yeah, nah, you're all good, mate. No worries. Do you know what I mean? You get to that sort of point where, like, I've sort of half lost my point, but either. It's frustrating, isn't it? It's double frustrating. GK, help me out, bruv.
I just want to say this is why I live in America, because the English mentality is horrendous. It's horrible. Like Gianni and I know this as Americans. You can't pull this crap off in America. Look, especially in the New York media. If you even think about doing this in the New York media, they'll send your ass out in 2 seconds. Like this is why unfortunately I don't watch the Premier League anymore. It's horrendous. The refereeing decisions are god awful. This, just the standards are at an all-time low. And as a City fan, I feel kind of insulted that we may win this league on a technicality, because I've never seen the Premier League this shit in God knows how long. It's horrendous. And I feel insulted as a City fan watching this. I really do. And I just don't know how you fix it.
The man is speaking facts, Aaron. The man is speaking facts. The standard of football is absolutely shocking. It's scandalous.
It's on its ass. It's on its ass.
It's terrible.
Sorry, hear me, 90. I'm paying.
It's Rocky Dennis football, mate. It's Rocky Dennis football.
I'm paying 120 euros a month for Sky subscription.
That's another issue. Don't do that.
Shite, day in, day out. And then I'm told to shut my mouth. I'm told that I know nothing about the game, that I know nothing about Arsenal. 40 fucking years supporting this club. 1987 was my first trophy. And I'm told to shut my mouth. Fucking scandalous.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
Aaron, I call this. Do you know what this football is about, Aaron? It's called Harambu FC. That's what we are. It's called Harambu. That's what it is. The way we're playing is Harambu. That's what it is. Anti-football.
Yeah, but the thing is, can I appreciate that this season will not be a season where we will Stardust win the Premier League? Yes, I can. I can totally accept that. And brilliant if we go ahead and do it. Sure. However, we leave ourselves and we put ourselves and we open ourselves up for such an opinions like ourselves who are on a little bit more of a cautious side. When we're sitting here and we're listening to some fans going, yeah, listen, the quad's done November. Yeah, the quad's done. Yeah, that's it. We're going to dog walk the league January. How many games we've won since January, bruv? How many games we won in the last 6, 7, 8 games? The last 6 games, what, 1, 2, 3? Just off the top of my head. That's not title winning form. I mean, you're telling me, oh yeah, this is the worst Manchester City side you've ever seen.
It is.
And technically, in the last 8 years, it is. But this is the best ever Manchester City, best ever Arsenal side you've ever seen. Well, maybe in the last 6 years, it is. Yeah, absolutely right. So why is there only? We're 9 points in front now. Calm yourself down. All right, now we're 8 points. So calm yourself down. You're 8 points ahead. Calm yourself down. 6 points. Calm yourself down. 4 points. Calm yourself down. The trajectory. Where's the trajectory going? Where's Manchester City's trajectory going? It's in there, been there, done it. Where's ours going? Now we don't know that that isn't a science. That isn't a mathematical fact. We don't know what's going to happen. No one does. I ain't got a crystal ball. I ain't Mystic Meg. I ain't got a Scooby Doo. But what I do know is, and what bookies and what I always say is, they make their money. They're billionaires off of what? How do bookies gather their little valuations? Historical events. Based on a likelihood to give you a nod. Mm-hmm. So that's almost I-esque look at sort of things like that. So when you say to me, why are you not confident, Aaron, that Arsenal will win the league? Well, because we haven't won it in 22 years. Cool, that's fine. So we can only wrap Mikel Arteta in 7 seasons of that. 6 seasons, 4 seasons, if you want to be whatever. Fine. Then you can go, the first said this and that, da-da-da-da-da. Doesn't matter. All I have seen under this manager is failure. All I've seen under this manager, aside from the first 6 months of this manager, which also Top Gun is very, 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 very quickly very quickly to erase because it's not a major. They always tell you it's not major. It's not major. Don't forget that. But then they're also really quickly ready to back that up and say, no, he has won something when you say he hasn't won anything. Oh, so what one is it? What one? What avenue are you going to walk down today? Are you going to walk down contradiction court? Fucking, what are you going to walk down? Fucking, do you know what I'm saying? Hypocrite fucking avenue. What way are you going? What one are we going down today, boys? Because it seems as that you take pretty much the same path every single day. The frustration for me, the very big, massive frustration for me is how can we at least not even just be heard when I'm talking about how I see Arsenal Football Club is I'm articulating what I honestly see visually with my eyes sat on my seat when I go to the stadium and I sit there, or whether I'm at away days and I'm watching it at the telly or in the boozer. How can anyone tell me that what I'm watching is good? Now, if you're going to ask me a question, have Arsenal been efficient at getting points this season? I will say yes. Have Arsenal been efficiently the best so far up until this current match day at getting points? I will say yes, because it's inarguable, because it's factual. That's fine. However, now we also start hearing and seeing these little bits of pressure coming into the fold. These little bits of pressure. What was pressure saying when we played Nottingham Forest, boys? What was pressure saying when we got a chance to stamp on Manchester City? Because let me tell you as well, just quickly, and I'm going off on one here, but bear with me 1 second. We'll bring it back round. If Manchester City, if Arsenal would have done their job, and Manchester City would have probably lost 2-0 to Liverpool. If Arsenal were 9 points ahead already, they'd have probably lost 2-0 to Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The very fact that we've left the door ajar for Manchester City, even 1-0 down at Anfield on the 70-odd minute, with the prospect of being able to come back, still leaves that door open for Manchester City. Who left that door open? Mikel Arteta and Arsenal Football Club have left that door open. We have left that door open. Did Liverpool leave that door open to Arsenal Football Club last season? No, they did not. Did Manchester City leave that door open to Arsenal the year before? It was a tight race, but they won more games than us and amassed more points. No, they did not. What about the year before that? What about the year before that when Manchester City won it? Did they do that? No, they did not. What about Liverpool side? The year before that? No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
No, they did not.
Mm-hmm.
So what they done is they put their foot on their nut and going, here you go, I'm going to wait until the bubbles stop. Then you're finished. That's what proper teams done. Do you know what Arsenal Football Club do? Oh, well, we're 1-0 up. We've been scamming wins all season, and I'm fine with that. But we all know the word sustainable is going to come into this at some stage or another. Sustainability. Is it sustainable over a 38-game period? Maybe it will be this season. Who knows? We don't know yet. So far has it been? Somewhat, because we're still first. However, the cracks are there. When we haven't got a fucking bastard of a penalty to score and win that game, when we haven't got an own goal to win that game for us, and when one set piece ain't quite enough, look what happens. That's what happens. That is what happens last night. That was not last night. It was a joke. That was a joke last night. That was pathetic. That was 11 men going on the field, led out by a little shit tyrant that just ain't got a Scooby-Doo what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Managerial's got all the qualifications. Yes, this is the greatest we've ever seen in 2 decades. What are we talking about? What are we actually talking about? He's entered 23 competitions. 19 of them have came to their fruition since fucking came to their conclusion. Sorry, since we won the FA Cup. He's lost 19 consecutive competitions. We're in the cup final now, and we're at top of the league again. A little bit of history repeating. We're back here. We've been here. We've seen it. We've done it. We've got the t-shirt, and we don't like the fucking t-shirt, and it don't fit. It's a shit t-shirt. We've all got the T-shirt. We've read the DVD. We've seen the DVD. We've read the fucking book. We've listened to the record over and over and over again. It's scratched to bits, and now it's skipping. And I'm sick and tired of being in the same scenario every fucking year. Every single year. It's the same thing, and it's tiring. It's draining. It's draining. But you just get a bit, well, you just got to back the manager. What do you mean back the manager? Look, you're a cheerleader then. You're not a fan, or you ain't a proper fan. You've got an agenda. You only say after I've articulated a 5-minute point that you've got an agenda because you ain't got nothing to say to my 5-minute point. That's when you say, oh, you've got an agenda because it's just an easy escape. That's all that is. You got nothing to say. Back facts up with what? What has Mikel Arteta won for this football club in the last 6 years with his own team? Nothing.
No, but you know,
this football club. What makes me? How can I be going
the Community
Wolves
Shields
away, bruv? 1 second, bruv. When we're going to Wolves away, yeah, Wolves away. Why am I fearing? I'm not fearing Wolves away, but why am I worried about Wolves away? Why should I be worried about Wolves away? I'll tell you why I'm worried about Wolves away. Because our attack is fucking blunt, as about as sharp as a fucking wooden spoon. Like, that's just an absolute fact. You ain't even going to get a splinter off of it. That's how blunt the fucking attack is. You're not even going to get a fucking splinter off the wooden spoon of an attack that we've managed to assemble over 6 years. £1 billion in, by the way. £1 billion in 6 years. That's what you get for 6 years. Here you go, 1,500 quid for my season ticket. Watch that fucking shower of shit. I'd rather be punched in the face repeatedly by my next door neighbour who's a wanker. Then fucking go and rewatch that first 45 minutes against Brentford.
Wow.
Look, I would. I would. It's ridiculous. When are we just gonna finally see that all the ingredients are actually sort of somewhat there? We've just got a geezer that's just going, well, we'll put that here, we'll put that there, we'll put that over there, we'll see what this does, we'll see that. Mate, the guy just ain't it. He ain't fucking it. If he was it, we would have been fucking 12 points clear right now. I'd be sat here with my feet up like that going, fuck me, boys, this league's been fucking good this year, innit? I'll tell you what, I can't wait for Wolves away. I can't wait for it. Of course, I can wait for it now. I can wait for it. I'm sitting there thinking, oh, I hope Wolves don't fucking do that. Why am I thinking that? Good question. That's a fantastic question. I'm glad you all asked. Why am I thinking that? Because I've watched shit performance game after fucking game after game of Arsenal Football Club. Oh, well, Arsenal apparently play the best fucking football in the country. Some people are saying they can't differentiate between the most efficient football in the country, the most attractive football in the country. These fans can't do that. They're incapable of doing that. It's kind of ridiculous when you sort of think about it. But let's just go through. Let's just have a little goosey, right? Let's go back. Let me put this up on the screen. Let's go through our fixtures. Let's get this up here. And we'll say about this attractive football that we play. Let me share the screen.
Can I add to what you said real quick?
You jump in while I do this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's a problem with all this, right? Here's a problem with all this. Number one, if he was the guy, he wouldn't have swapped out Trossard in 22-23 for Jesus, and we would have smoked the doors off a City by more than 10 points when we were up by 8. Let's be real here. When we got Trossard in, those first 2 months when he should have been Premier League Player of the Month two months in a row, that's the best football that we've played under Arteta.
He was outstanding.
Everybody who considers themselves having ball knowledge says that he stumbled upon that. Bullshit. Bullshit. You let players actually play their proper positions. That's number one. Number two, Cheek being a City fan makes this even better.
Yes. Thank you.
Makes this being even better. This is by far the shittiest City team that you've seen.
Yes, 1,000%.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
Now, this is the shittiest team that Nelson, Jesus was coming off an injury. Sorry, get off the crack, brother. And stop licking Arteta's ass crack, too. But now back to this. City is not the same City team. City fans should be kissing the ground that Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne walk on, because we've all seen in the 4-year run that they had how many times those guys picked up goals out of nowhere, picked up assists out of nowhere. Riyad
Won Premier
Mahrez
League
saved their ass
titles.
how many freaking times in order for them to go on and win those 4 years in a row. So with all that being said, those guys are gone. We have the biggest team and probably the best squad that we've had in a long time. So with that being said, if he blows this after £1 billion spent, there's no fucking reason for this anymore. But the biggest problem of all is what we've always said. We are not playing to the DNA of Arsenal Football Club. Lawrence knows it. Kyle knows it. Aaron knows it. Arsenal historically plays the best football in all of England.
Facts.
Does it win us the most trophies? No, because
No.
the dynasty of Liverpool of the 70s and the 80s and the Manchester United dynasty in the 90s, that we went back and forth with them for 7 years, and we were the first ones that blinked when they got the 4, right?
Yep. In 99. Excuse me, 98.
So here's the difference now. When City started all this shit, since everyone likes to keep bringing up this 115 crap and all this other shit, the entire Premier League is corrupt. So unless everybody's going to lose money, stop bitching about it and just fucking win, because that's what it is at the end of the day. DNA of Arsenal is not 1-0, dumbass. That was only that was only one period. Stop. Arsene Wenger was not 1-0 to the Arsenal. But again, you don't know shit about this club. But I'm a Yank that's not supposed to know shit about this sport, right? Go fuck yourself.
Same here.
Yeah.
Nah, get out of here.
Yeah. Just quickly to jump in here, big up to AFC always. To snap this point real quick, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Aaron, you're the geezer who does bots. I've kind of seen a little thing with you and a Guna Matata, whatever, accused me of buying bots. Why would I do that? Why would I spend my priceless money doing that? Why would I carry on not doing that? The growth of my channel has been organic, always has been, always will be. I think it's absolutely ridiculous and absurd to ever spend money on buying views or buying subscriptions. I don't do that. That's not what I've done it for. I only ever that made a channel to just talk to people like this on this panel, and that's literally solely only what I've done, and that's only what I will do and forever always do. And if someone wants to do it, send me a couple of super chats and all that, that's all well and good, man. That's a nice little fucking thank you. But yeah, I've been sent over a couple of little bits of what you and your mate are good and Matar have been saying, and what a shame. And he accuses me actually of Mr. Bot because I raided him, because I just politely thought, oh look, Guna Matata's on. I like that geezer. I like what he's sending. I'll send him over. And then he thought they were bots because no one responded in the chat, because maybe a lot of people left, or because there was someone still in the building, or some people didn't comment. I got sent over a lot of videos, and I was like, wow, man, I actually thought me and that geezer was cool. But all well and good. For the 2 times that I'd sent over the raids, they weren't sending bots over, they were sending an audience over. Whether they commented or didn't is none of my problem or none of my business. I just thought I was just doing a nice thing. So the geezer who does bots, have I ever paid for a subscription? No. Will I ever? No. Why would I still have been stuck on 2,000 for the last 6 months? I've got more than enough financial means, if you were accusing me of paying for fucking subs, to be on 4,000 or 6,000 or 8,000 or 10,000. I stream 2 times a week, bruv. What's the point? I spend time with my family more times. And the other times of it, I go on other people's channels. What am I paying subs for? Maybe just listen and maybe don't get diluted with silliness. Who's told you this shit? Where's your facts? How do you know that I've done that? What ridiculous. AFC always. I didn't think we had a problem until I got sent a few other little bits. That's all well and good. Yeah, and I'm not even going to give any of this any more than it needs to be, but I wanted to nip that in the bud. Whatever Aguna Matar said, that's all well and good. That's all well and good for him. I just raided him over because I thought, oh, I like what he says. And he thought I'd sent over bots, like in some form of attacking him or whatever. I'd raided over because I was like, who's live that we like? Oh, Guna Matata, he's cool. He does a bit of gaming and things like that. That's all it was. Just an innocent raid. Took the wrong way. You lot, no worries, cool. AFC always. If you don't like the content, don't fucking watch it, bruv. Like, it's all cool. But yeah, if that's how it's gone, it is what it is. I'm only going to explain myself once. I'm not going to go in this silly little web of nonsense of buying bots and things like that. I'm a fucking 36-year-old man. I've got better things to spend my fucking money on than fucking silly little YouTube subs. Let's just get that absolutely well and truly fucking nipped in the bud. No more I will say about that. Toodaloo. Fucking, there we go. What that? I'm glad I got that off my chest, and it was quite timely that he came in there because ridiculous. It's been playing on my mind a little bit. I've never been that type of bloke. Why would I pay for that? Why? I don't care.
I just want to say this. Gianni was talking there. I always love listening to Gianni, and he was saying there. Someone said something to him there, and you were saying about the 1-0 George Graham there, Gianni. Lawrence, you know this because we're the two elder statesmen here. The 1-0 to Arsenal actually came under George Addison's management reign.
There you go.
That's where we came up with the 1-0 to Arsenal. It wasn't the George Graham, it was the George Addison. So just put that up, just a little bit of history, a little bit of facts there for whoever that was.
And not only that, there was plenty of games that year. Go ahead, Lawrence. Go ahead, Lawrence.
Yes, sorry, Aaron, I've got to correct you again. You forget the Emirates Cups and Community Shield. Arteta won for us. You don't forget that.
3 trophies, Aaron. You forgot that we won 3 trophies because the Charity Shields, by the way. So you got to respect that trophy, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, yeah, you've got me on that one. Yeah, I mean, I concede, I yield. Yeah. To be fair, those Emirates. Those Emirates, when my Man City and my Liverpool fans are down the old battle cruiser and I'm bouncing in there, you know what I mean? And they're like looking at me and they're sat there with their Champions League and their Premier League titles on the bench. And I'm like, get these fucking shitty, shiny silver fucking pots out of the way here. I've got Mikel Arteta's records in a couple of Emirates stadiums, Emirates trophies. You know what I mean? Oh, and make way. Sally, bring over the chicken nuggets on that Community Shield, please. The boys are hungry. Bring over the sarnies on that Community Shield.
Don't forget, we also won the Singapore Cup last pre-season as well. What a major trophy that was.
We won the Singapore champions. We're Singapore champions, so we gotta take that.
Fucking mate, we put the poor in Singapore, mate. Trust me. Let me tell you that. Fucking after watching that first half at Brentford, fucking we put the double poor in Singapore. Fucking hell.
But the only thing I wanted to finish on with when we were talking about City is after 6 years, now we're hitting $1 billion. This is the worst City team, and we're still finding a way to give it away to them.
Yep.
It's inexcusable. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
Sackable.
Brother, he should have been sacked after we blew the 8-point season because we knew that he wasn't fucking good enough. The problem is that everybody's standards, when you look at the majority of the fan base, has dropped to dog shit.
This is why I don't watch the Premier League, because the standards are in the bin. America doesn't tolerate any of this crap.
Brother, it's not just America. Nowhere in Europe tolerates that. If the Arsenal, swap the Arsenal fan base with the Napoli fan base and put the Napoli fans supporting Arsenal. If somebody tried starting this fucking Top Gooner bullshit, them dudes would get robbed, stabbed, or much worse with the way Napoli. It's not going like that, bro.
No, it's not.
It's not going like that. So at the end of the day, the problem is that if you keep daring Pep to get past us, he will. And once City take the lead, he's not going to give it back the way like we've been doing. So again, as we've all said here, it's Arsenal versus Arsenal to win the league. There's no excuses that Manchester City should be winning this league anymore.
Nope.
Can I just ask a question to everyone in the shit on the panel? That comment Martin Keown made the other day when he said it's being 6 points clear of Man City is much healthier than being 9 points clear of them. What do you make of that?
I tell you what I make of it. He's only 2 inches of a fucking bollocks. That's what I think of it. And it's not the first thing he's after. It's not the first shite he's after coming out with. He's after saying a lot of shite. I'm sick of fucking Martin Keown. I'm sick of fucking Ray Parra. I'm sick of fucking David Seaman. I'm sick of them all talking at Ian Rice, the biggest bollocks of them all. I'm sick of the fucking dead of them. These are fellas that I looked up to. Fellas that I cheered every week in, week out for years. They gave me some of my happiest moments lifting up Premier League titles. And now they're accepting this fucking shit The Arsenal Football Club no longer exists. The one that I grew up loving. I don't know what kind of club this is. You have plastic badges. You have a stadium that's absolute shite. You have a fan base that are 90% of them are a crowd of fucking arseholes and flip flops. You have an AFTV running the club to the ground, making money on it. You have Arteta, a manager that's should never be an Arsenal manager. You have a captain who's a captain of Arsenal Football Club. It's
Kyle, can I
embarrassing.
interject real quick? Can I interject on that? And Babs put it in the chat, and I want to just say this. Martin Keown should get bitch slapped 8 ways to Sunday for trying to compare Martin Odegaard to Liam Brady. First of all, Liam Brady is one of the greatest fucking number 10s you will ever watch, first and foremost. You want to know how great Liam Brady was? Liam Brady went to Juventus after whipping everybody's ass at Arsenal, went to Juventus, won back-to-back Scudettes. The only guy that they could get to replace Liam Brady was the best player in the world at that time. His name was Michel Platini. So
Yes.
if you ever want to disrespect Liam Brady again, go back and realize who the fuck that man really is. Martin Odegaard shouldn't even be allowed in the same continent that Liam Brady resides in.
But that's modern football, Gianni.
Yeah, and also
I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say something else, brother. The Arsenal Football Club, when you walk across the bridge, you have flags of players with their nationalities. And they had Liam Brady on the flag on the bridge going into the stadium from England. Arsenal Football Club had Liam Brady and his nationality was English. What kind of fucking shit club would do something like that to one of its greatest players?
And also another thing as well about our fan base hyping up Madueke like he's Ronaldinho with the headband. Like, bro, you're nowhere near Ronaldinho's level. Ronaldinho is miles clear of you because every time you get the ball, you run from one side of the corner, and then when you're in the opposition box, you start to trip over. This is what Madueke does. He gets the ball, he runs forward, and when it's time to shoot, he just trips over. Like, the MO of this guy.
Madueke is not even good. It's not as good as even me. Never mind fucking.
We should have never signed Madueke in the first place. We should have never signed him. The wingers that I believe we should have got in the summer were Michael Olise or Abdullah Lukman. Because look at Lukman now, he's balling at Atletico, and Olise is balling out at Bayern Munich. Those were the two wingers we should have got, but instead, this manager chose to get Madueke because he believes that Madueke can give Saka some game time. Like, come on, man, Madueke ain't nowhere. He's not a typical winger for us. Like, we should have gone out and got Olise or Lukman.
Brother, the problem
Martin Odegaard is not fit to lace Liam Brady's boots.
100%.
I was at White Hart Lane when we won 5-0, Christmas 1978, where he scored one of the goals of the season.
Yeah.
Taking the ball past the Tottenham keeper into the top corner of the net.
Ooh.
Martin Odegaard could only wish to have an inch of the talent Liam Brady had when he played for us.
Martin Odegaard's not even better than Club. Let's be honest.
I saw Liam Brady make mincemeat out of Manchester United in the 1979 FA Cup final. And for this prick who had to hang on to Tony Adams' coattails when he played in the team with him to say that Odegaard is a better midfielder than Liam Brady shows how much he needs to give his head a fucking wobble.
Not just that, I'm sick of these football analysts, and they're coming out there on Sky Sports, they're getting paid a fortune, and all they're doing is spinning a web of lies and talking absolute nonsense. Peter Crouch, I think it was Peter Crouch, now maybe I'm wrong, but it could have been, who actually compared Odegaard to Dennis Bergkamp. What is going on here?
Oh my
What
days.
is
Peter
going
Crouch.
on? Odegaard to Dennis Bergkamp.
The PR of Odegaard is crazy, people.
Like,
That's
what
the
makes
media,
Odegaard
bro.
special?
The PR of the Premier League is crazy.
It's horrible.
Kyle knows this.
Knows.
Aaron knows this.
This.
Lawrence, I'm sure,
Lawrence
knows
knows this, and you live in
Here's
LA.
the problem. You got these idiots coming up every day saying that this is the best league they've ever seen. Brother, you can think I'm being biased because I'm Italian or not. This Premier League will never tie the shoes of the old Serie A from the mid-'80s to the mid-2000s. Never will, never get fucking close. That was football.
Facts.
What we're seeing nowadays that everyone wants to hype up is a bunch of guys that are focused on being athletes with no technical ability. That's why this league is fucking overhyped.
Yep. I also want to say something.
If Arsenal are playing the best football on the planet, as Marty Ovens and Christian of AFTV claim, then what were Brentford fucking playing the other night?
Exactly.
If Arsenal plays the best football in Europe, let's all start comparing some of the teams that we said they do that. Is this Arsenal team beating AC Milan of the old Kyle?
No fucking way. The academy. Rude fucking Huddersfield beat him on his own.
They ain't beating the old Italy teams of the old days, that's for sure. But I just want to say one thing. The Premier League needs to retire jersey numbers like the NBA does, and Yanni will know what I'm talking about. I'm serious. I'm so serious when I say that.
It's a different culture for that. I don't agree with that.
Seriously?
Because you know what it is, man. When you retire, there's a different thing when it comes to that. When you look at it from American sports as it does over there, because for instance, you can't start just retiring number 10s. When you look at like in Italy, you can't retire the number 10 jersey anywhere. The only jersey that's retired as a number 10 is Maradona, and that's for good reason because he's the greatest player that ever played, in my opinion. But you can't retire jersey numbers because there's so many common numbers. You know, when we talk football, especially Lawrence will know this, Kyle knows this, Aaron knows this, and even us to a certain degree. The problem is that when you talk ball, you have to use numbers when you talk about specific positions. A number 10 is always going to be the playmaker. A number 8 is always the in-between. The number 6 is always the protector.
Yes.
The number 5 is always the last man for defense. You can't retire jersey numbers like that unless they stand out to a whole nother level.
But what about 42, like Yaya Toure?
Oh, that's for you guys.
I'm just saying in general.
It depends. It just depends.
I mean, if I had my way, I'd go back to the old way where all the shirts were numbered 1 to 11. All this bullshit about seeing players wear 25, 53, and God knows what just does my head in. I mean,
Saka
I remember
got
the days
77, by the way. And he changed it to 7.
Yeah.
Saka got 77 and he moved to 7.
You
by
knew
the way.
what position a player played when you saw him more a number 10, a number 11, a number 8, number 7. And nowadays it's like, oh, this player's got to wear number 36 like Zubimendi. Why? I've got no fucking idea.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got 11 players on the pitch, number them from 1 to 11. I remember when all the goalkeepers wore a green shirt. Now they're wearing fucking lavender and pink all the time.
Yeah. And another thing as well, people say that the Premier League is the best league. I'm sorry, the Premier League is nowhere near the best league. I just watched the Turkish league. I've seen Fenerbahce win 3-1. They were playing sick football in that game, and they put 3 past. I can't remember who they beat, but they won 3-1 in that game, and they were playing so well. That is why I think the Turkish league, for me, is far better than the Premier League.
Also, if the Premier League was the best league in the world, how come England hasn't won a World Cup in 60 years?
Oh, don't stick the knife in, mate. Come on, leave it out.
I'm just
I thought this was all friendly over here. Do you know what I mean? It's like, how come you ain't won the fucking World Cup? I know. Sorry. Why do that to me?
I mean, look at the teams that have won the World Cup. Argentina's, Spain's, Italy's. What's the common denominator?
Nah, it's frustrating. Listen, boys. We've got a good question here from T. Gooney. Yeah, and it's a question to the panel. So we'll whip round this.
Okay.
You're the new manager. Hypothetical, of course. which players do you get rid of? And who do you buy? Maybe try not spend a fortnight on the question, but do you know what I mean? If you can't think of three and can't think of three to come in, it don't matter. Do you know what I mean? But who do you reckon? Who do you reckon needs to go out, and who do you reckon needs to come in? Address it in the summer. Big up to T. Guna.
Well, for number one, get rid of Madueke and bring in Rodrigo.
Okay.
Get rid of Eze. It's not working out. I'm sorry. He's had enough chances. It's
I don't know with Eze.
completely different.
I think you might be wrong there, Lawrence. I think under a different manager, I reckon he could flourish. I think that.
Yeah.
I think to politely disagree. I think it'd be quite foolish to let Eze go. If San Enrique was to come in, I reckon it possibly. We don't. Neither of us know, but we'd be able to get a tune out of him. I reckon someone like an Eze, you'd be able to get a tune out of. Madueke, I just think he was probably the best kid in class. You know what I mean? He ran, dribbled around everyone. In school, he looked good. But when he's got to the big leagues, the biggest value he'll ever go was 52 million, and that's the value that Arsenal paid for him. He will never go for any more money than that. 52 million quid. He's not worth it.
Aaron, I'm going to bounce there, brother. But come here, before I bounce, I'm going to tell you my three players I get rid of just quickly.
Yeah. Go on, Carl, bruv. Yeah, of course.
Martinelli out the door.
Yep.
Jesus out the door.
Yep.
Odegaard out the door. On that note, talk to you all later.
Big up, Kyle.
That was actually my three. Take care, Kyle.
Kyle, you absolute geezer, man. Take care.
I agree with Carl. We have to move on some of these players. Like Martinelli has been at the club since Unai Emery bought him in 2019. And Martinelli has been misused a lot. Emery made him as a striker, and when he was balling out there, he was playing like an elite striker. And now that Arteta's come in, he's turned him into a winger, and it's not been working out for Martinelli. I think Martinelli needs to be moved on. I like him, but when he had that golden opportunity to score that second goal against Brentford yesterday, and he absolutely scored it, I'm sorry, bro. You're just not good enough anymore. You need to be moved on. And the second player that I would move on as well, I would probably maybe say Trossard, because for me, Trossard is good, but he's 31 now, and he's been at the football club for far too long, and he's another one that is just passing down his age. So
Macy. Can I just throw something in there while you're mentioning Trossard? See, this is how I see Trossard, or from my perspective, right?
Yeah.
I almost see him as like the Shaqiri to the 1920 Liverpool side, or whatever side it was. Sorry, that won that title. That's what I sort of see him as. There's Xherdan Shaqiri to the Mane and the Salah. Just that little guy. Yeah, he ain't good enough to oust either of them two wingers, but he's got quality and he offers something different. That's what I see as with Trossard. So I actually wouldn't take Trossard away purely for the fact that he is 31. You could maybe he would be a bit more willing to accept a lesser role over the next, say 18 months to 2.5 years or whatever and so forth. I actually wouldn't mind keeping Trossard for that sort of role to offer something different, because he can be a tricky player. He's not a pacey winger, obviously, never has been, never will be, but he can offer something a little bit different on the, to a squad. So my analysis is always like the Xherdan Shaqiri, whatever his name is, because it just offers that little something different to what your mainstay wingers should be.
He's not a winger. But he's not a winger. That's the problem.
I'm just coming. Yeah,
my bad.
No.
See, I'm going to get controversial here. First one who needs to get the fuck out is Odegaard. He deserves about 10 bitch slaps on the way out. But that's the first one. The second one is Kai Havertz. He needs to go because Kai Havertz is dog shit. And here's where I'm going to get controversial. Starboy needs to go. I'm sorry. Bukayo Saka's got to get the fuck out of this team.
Yeah.
And it's not even Saka's fault. It's not
Finished.
even Bukayo Saka's fault. It's the manager's fault for mishandling him. But I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A guy who's not going to be able to run anymore, a guy who was so dependent on his first 2 steps in a burst of pace when he got around you that can't run, is not worth 300,000 pounds a week. So I'm sorry. You got to get the fuck out of here. If I'm going to replace you three, go ahead, Lawrence.
Yeah, that was good. He could take his water bottles with him as well.
Yeah, on top of that. Now, if we're going to replace 3 guys, this is very simple. You on the right wing, in my personal opinion, I don't know if that many guys know him. Macy says he watches the Turkish league. Yunus Akgun at Galatasaray would shred this fucking league up.
Ooh,
I've heard of it. I've heard of him.
That's the first one.
That's a good choice.
That's the first one. On the left-hand side, for me, I'm going with another Turkish player, especially because I watch him in Serie A. I'm getting Kenan Yıldız because I'm jumping at that youth and what he's been doing, destroying the league. Okay,
that could be a good idea if we get
midfield. The midfield. I love Tonali. He's my fellow Italian brother, but there's only one guy I'm getting. Tonali. It's not Sandro Tonali. It's Federico Valverde from Real Madrid. Because you ain't running that fucking midfield no more with Rice at the 6, Zubamendi and Valverde on both sides of the midfield. You get those 3 guys in there, you're slapping the fuck out of the rest of the league, especially if you get a new manager.
Facts.
100%. How about if we sell Calafiori? Do you think Calafiori needs to go? Because
brother, I would take the loss on Calafiori just to kick his ass out of the fucking team. And just for one other one too, because shout out to him because he's got good ball knowledge too. The only other person that I would consider on the right outside of Akon is Morgan Rogers. That's it.
Morgan Rogers is a good player.
Yeah, he's a boy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a
boy.
You put Rogers,
just quickly, big up to you, Sava, man. Long time no speak, brother, man. But no, you can't have Eze. Hopefully, we get a manager that knows how to utilize him. No, you cannot have him. Big up, Sava. Big up to Tottenham.
Yeah, but Tottenham are like the Tottenham have just sacked Thomas Frank and now they've just appointed Igor Chota as their interim manager or like new head coach.
Who fucking Tudor?
Igor Chota, yeah.
He's another fucking bum.
Oh, Jesus.
He's another fucking bum. Watch him relegate Spurs.
Oh my God.
Watch him relegate Spurs.
The very fact that it's feasible is ridiculous
right now. The Juventus that's in 4th place right now was mid-table with that stupid motherfucker because he wanted to play 3-4-3 and leave Yildiz and Chico Conceição on the bench at random games. He's a shit manager. Luciano Spalletti, who almost made Italy not even qualify for the qualification side for the World Cup, got the job, and even that motherfucker Spalletti's got them balling back out because he knows what to do. Watch Tudor get Spurs relegated.
Oh, jeez.
All right, then.
Football cop, my guy. You're right. He is a downgrade. Tonali would be the guy, but they said pick random 3 guys. I'm taking Valverde. I love that guy. The only other midfielder that I would take, sorry to Barcelona fans, I'm taking Pedri, but it would never happen with him leaving Barcelona.
I love Pedri. I love Barca.
Yeah, he's
they could win the Champions League.
I'm more Barca than Madrid. Yeah.
I've always been Barca.
I've always been Barcelona. Yeah. Not gonna
that
lie.
2009 team should that. Yeah, I don't want to talk about the 2009 semifinal against Chelsea. That I still have nightmares to this day.
Well, I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about the 06 final between Barcelona and Arsenal. Well, I still have nightmares to this day, bro. Trust me.
God. My brother was in college at the time.
Wake up, my missus is at the end of the bed. She's like, Aaron, they didn't win the league, but it's okay. They didn't win the Champions League this season. It's okay, Aaron. It's okay, Aaron. And I'm waking up, wiping my head.
Jam boy.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
big up
painful. Painful that was. It's the only game to this day I have still to this day, and I'll claim it, and I have claimed it before. I won't ever watch back. I can't do it. Every time it comes on, I look away. I can't do it. I can't do it. I look away. It's painful. It hurts me. I've got the whole entire fucking game unfortunately fucking soldered into my brain. It's there. I can see the goals. I can see Mooney. I can see Belletti. I can see. Just Henrik Larsson coming on and just doing. Yeah. That little moment in time causes me nothing but pain. So yeah, and I can't rewatch it. I just don't. I choose to. I love like all us Arsenal fans. Like, we still got 100 in the building, man. Big up to you, man. We're over 3 hours in. I didn't think it was going to be this long, so I do apologise.
I don't care.
Yeah,
It's like talking ball.
Yeah, we're just having a little chin wag. It's a Friday, do you know what I mean? It's a Friday the 13th. Maybe that's why, do you know what I mean? Maybe old Jason Voorhees is going to come out, do you know what I mean? I think hopefully he knocks on Mikel Arteta's door. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully Arteta, Mikel's expecting some fucking, a bit of tapas. He opens the fucking door to a hockey mask. Wallop. Have a bit of that, innit?
Yeah.
Be careful over there.
One can only dream. One can only dream, eh? Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's only a hypothetical joke, innit? Do you know what I mean? But Aaron said Mikel Arteta should die at the hands of Jason Voorhees. Fictional character.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Come on, man. Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? But do you know what I'm saying, man? It's ridiculous. Lawrence, who would you have out? Did you say? Sorry, who was your ins and outs?
Yeah, okay. I said, well, first of all, I said Madueke, and I'd replace him with
yeah,
Rodrigo.
sorry, I knew it. Yeah. Rodrigo.
Bring in Rodrigo.
That's the one. Yeah, Rodrigo.
Okay, so definitely get out of Odegaard, and I hate to say this because I've always liked him, but after that miss last night, that could have won us the game. Martinelli's got to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And who to replace those two? And it's up in the air who we bring in to replace those two. So I can't give you an answer on that. But yeah, those are the three I'd get out.
Yeah. And what about you, Cheek?
Martinelli, Odegaard, and Havertz.
So there's a common theme here. Have we all noticed this? Everyone in the chat, everyone on the panel, almost like we're saying similar names. So you're not crazy. Just letting you know, bruv. You're not mad. Lawrence, just letting you know you're not crazy. Gianni, you're not insane.
What does this yank know?
Don't check yourself in anytime soon. You're okay. Macy, we don't know. But you know what I mean?
I was gonna say Trossard should go, but after the way you convinced me, Aaron, of him being the next Xherdan Shaqiri, like, all right, then I'll give Trossard like one more
style. Do you know what I mean? That sort of
one more chance.
Here's Macy. Here's the only reason why I defend Trossard to a certain degree, right? First of all, he's playing out of position.
Yeah.
What his bread and butter was before he came to Arsenal was he was that floating 10/false 9 under De Zerbi and Potter. And if we're being honest here, once you remove Gyökeres, he's our best finisher. He's the only guy that can finish with both feet. And if he's put in that position, you can get the guy to score. For me, if Gyökeres gets taken off the pitch, he should be the only guy going into that false 9 position. Because like I said, our best football was when he was false 9. Not Havertz, not none of these other fucking bums. It was him. And he hasn't played there since. And as we all know how much of an idiot Arteta is, he got forced to put him out onto the wing because Arteta's boys couldn't keep saving him. Because after he ruined Martinelli and Martinelli's gone downhill, Trossard's been better than Martinelli the last few years.
Yeah. So after the way that Aaron convinced me that Trossard is the next Xherdan Shaqiri, I'll give him I'll give him another chance. So as I said, I would sell Martinelli in this summer. I would also get rid of Mikel Moreno. And I know, I think I just don't know how this manager was able to buy Mikel Moreno. Like, I just don't know. Like, I've seen him I remember when he first came to the Premier League. I think he went to Newcastle at one point. Things didn't work out well for him there, so he went back to Spain and played for Sociedad. And the fans at Sociedad, they nominated him their third best midfielder. But for some reason, this manager decided to bring him into our football club, and his position as a midfielder was terrible. The way he got absolutely spun over, and the fact that he can't even run forward, and he has to jog back slowly. This is what Moreno is. And then for some reason, this manager decides to integrate him into a striker, and it worked for a little bit. But then when it didn't work out against West Ham, when we lost 1-0 to them, he decides to go, you know what? I'm putting Moreno up front. But what happened? That didn't work. We ended up losing 1-0 to West Ham. So for me, Mikel Moreno definitely needs to go. I just don't know why we even thought of bringing this guy into our football club. I'm sorry, this guy is not good enough. And also, and correct me if I'm wrong, I know Zinchenko is on loan, but we have to
He's gone now, isn't he?
Yeah, we sold him. I think we
on
sold
a permanent
him.
deal.
Is he on loan or something? Because
He's on a permanent deal. He signed for Ajax on a permanent deal.
I thought it was
Another
a loan
fucking
deal.
scrub.
Yeah, because apparently, we loaned him out to Nottingham Forest, and then after that, Nottingham Forest came back and they turned the loan move away from him. So I think he's at Ajax. Is it a loan move or a permanent move?
I think it's a permanent move.
No, it's permanent.
Fine.
It's permanent
All right.
move, yes.
All right then. So Mikel Moreno I will get rid of. And I think, correct me if I'm if I had to see, we have to get, and I know that I have to say this and I don't want to, we have to get rid of David Raya. I'm sorry. I mean, that game yesterday against Brentford, he was causing so much panic for us. Because because if he hadn't made those errors, Brentford could have easily scored 2 or 3 against us.
Yeah,
but he did keep us out of the game. But he is he is someone that plays a bit dangerously into our box, and that allowed Brentford the opportunity to score the equalizing goal. And also, if he hadn't continue passing out from the back and allowing Brentford to create more problems for us, then we would have lost that game. But he did manage to he saved us. He kept on keeping us in the game. But I'm sorry, David Raya, you're just not good enough as a goalkeeper, because you're just allowing the opposition the opportunity to invite pressure onto our box. So for me, we have to move you on. I'm sorry, I like David Raya, but I just think the way he just he allows the opposition to create so many goal scoring opportunities against him. He's just not good. And
do you know what I think, to interject there, Macy? I agree with some of the things you're saying about David Raya, and I disagree with some of the things as well. I actually think David Raya is a good keeper. I really do. Now that might not be the opinion with everyone else. That's all well and good. That's all cool. We can disagree here. I get what you're saying, and some of the silly things that he does. Yeah, they are sort of creeping into your game. And especially when you're in the heightened title race, you do notice little things a lot more. I can appreciate that. I just sort of feel like David Raya also goes into the category of, if we had another manager, he'd probably be better. Now, has David Raya improved as a goalkeeper since coming to Arsenal? Probably yes. Yeah,
he's a good shot.
I'll probably say yes.
Yes,
I'll probably say yes. He has improved. Has he improved Arsenal's goalkeeping department? Yes, I will say that.
Yes.
Do I still think that there's scope for David Raya to improve as a goalkeeper for Arsenal? But yes, of course.
Yes.
Mikel Arteta probably won't get that out of him. So Macy, I do appreciate where you're coming from. You know, I do get it. It's frustrating. He can have them lackadaisical, frustrating moments like that Brentford game. You're right in saying it, my friend. You're very right in saying it. That could have massively cost us. And people shouldn't mask the fact that he made that save because he created the situation that caused the save. He was the square root of the issue. What I will sort of say to defend David Raya in a way is I don't know as a fan because I'm not in know, is if that's by design and if certain little things like that can be coached out of you in terms of mentality. I'm quite cool there because as a skill set, I think he's a good goalkeeper.
Yeah, there's not.
But if it's just a case of you're being instructed by a manager, then do you know what I mean? Then I'm quite cool with that with David Raya. Like, I get that there are issues, and Macy, you're absolutely 100% right to bring up things, and you're right in the assessments and what you're saying. Yeah, he has been dodgy, a little bit sketchy lately, but as a whole, especially if you used to put it in the top 3, I definitely would think goalkeeper would probably be a little bit further away from where I'd be sort of stressing an issue sort of than anything. Do you know what I mean? That's just in my humble opinion is all.
Goalkeeper, the 2 center backs and the right back are legit and the number 6, if Rice is the number 6, are the only positions that we don't need to look to upgrade on. The problem with Raya is a good goalkeeper. The problem with trying to upgrade on Raya is there's very few goalkeepers that are better than him in total. Oblak, good goalkeeper. I don't know if he's the same as he was 3 years ago with Atletico.
Probably not.
For me, when we were even going for Raya, I said that we should have went after Donnarumma before City got him because for me, I don't know if there's a better shot stopper in the world right now than Donnarumma. And I'm old school.
He's got it, isn't he? Yeah,
he does.
Yeah.
He's a good.
He's intimidating. The dude's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Look at. I mean, hate to bring up another fucking bad situation, but look at the penalty shootout between England and Italy when he was.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I know that's why I'm saying I hate to bring it up, but look at what he.
No, you don't, Gianni. No, you don't hate to bring it up. You're just being polite. You loved it.
No. I'm not trying to be a prick. I'm not trying to be a prick.
I know you're not. I know.
But when you look at the size of him inside that fucking goal, in between the goalpost, it's intimidating. It's the same thing that Buffon had when he was a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
You know, that's all these big keepers. That's why, like, when you put Casillas in your 11 when you were on my channel, Aaron, Casillas was smaller, but Casillas could stop anything.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Raya for me isn't the issue. Neither are the 2 center backs and neither the right back. Everything, and if Rice was playing 6, those are the only positions that we don't need to look at. Everywhere else is up for grabs.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything else is up for grabs.
The centre mid is the problem because let's be real, Mikel Merino's not good enough to be the centre mid. Lewis Skelly should play that centre mid role. Lewis Skelly has to play that centre mid because he's a proper midfielder. It's just that Lego had said in his press conference that he would rather play players in their comfortable position.
Hit the mutant alert. We got someone saying Odegaard's the best number 10. Hit the mutant alert.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh, was that? Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Mutant alert. Mutant alert. Mutant alert. Mutant alert.
Well, let's have a little scroll down. Let's try and skip through. What was down here? Where are we? Oh, here we go.
There it is.
That's slow.
That dude put in tight Cherokee shoes right now.
Odegaard is the best. Like, how can he say that?
The guy can't even pass a ball, mate. This guy had the opportunity to pass the ball to Timber, and the ball went out for a goal kick. That guy sums up This guy sums up the problem at this football club.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no good. That's not good. I'm sorry, Ola, bruv. But I don't know what planet and what size telly you're watching the fucking football on. But
I pass it through the screen, I'd let you get some of this so you could get your head back on straight, because that
which is 100% tobacco, by the way. 100%.
Leave me your phone number because I know a bloke who wants to sell you Tower Bridge.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's absolute craziness. Do you know what? Obviously, to keep back to the question, the three players that always come up, Odegaard, he has to go.
Yeah, man.
And do you know what?
Yeah.
It's two birds with one stone for me with Odegaard. Yeah, two birds with one stone. Why? Because in what parallel universe, ladies and gentlemen? Still 92 of you in the building, world class, unbelievable. In what parallel universe do I sit here with Declan Rice and Gabriel Magalhaes in my team, but the captains and vice captains are Odegaard and Bukayo Saka? What game are we playing here? Because if it's a game of leaders, then that ain't the game we're playing. If it's the game of shirt sales, you are world class at it. I don't want a C on an arm because it's gonna look good because they'll buy more Odegaard 8 shirts. I don't want that shit. I want the biggest, nastiest, ugliest bastard or the most well-equipped geezer to lead my team out there. That's all I want. I want that. I want them players on there. And Odegaard. And the reason why he's got the captain's armband is the reason why I mentioned it. It's because he's going to be difficult to shift. 240k a week wages, 2 years left on his deal. Do you know what's funny, boys, as well? All of you, almost all of you, and in the chat as well, big up to the chat, have all said in these three players, almost all of you have said Odegaard and Martinelli. What have they both got in common? Yeah, they've both got 2 years left on their deal, yeah? 2 years left. Very, very, very tricky time for a contract negotiation, yeah? One of them's on 240k a week, one of them's 180k a week. Neither of them, this is another thing they have in common, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Neither of them are fucking anywhere near worth it. Anywhere near worth that money. Anywhere near it. None of them are anywhere near it. So what do you do then for Arsenal Football Club? This is a pivotal summer, which is why T.Guna, big up to you. You're bringing it up. It's actually a pivotal thing for the terms of getting up the old and in with the new. You could give yourself 420 grand worth of saved wages, a new captain, and you've got rid of Martinelli and Odegaard. And you may have recouped 60 million, 60, 70 million, whatever. If you're lucky. If you're lucky, move that on to another player.
If you're lucky, yeah.
That's what you have to do. Or will you do the Mikel Arteta thing? Give Odegaard a contract extension on 300k a week. Give Martinelli a contract extension on 220k a week. We all know what one's going to happen, don't we? It's not necessarily the one that we all want. No. But it's probably the one that we're going to get. What's the one that we're going to get? The Bukayo Saka 300k a week, running down the fucking wing like my nan. Do you know what I mean? This contract. That's what we're going to get from them boys. Not good enough. We need to get rid of them two. Them two players are absolutely two of they're 66.6% of that entire question there. Them two absolutely need to go. Not only just because they're not good enough, because in a financial standpoint, they have to go now. It makes sense. Give me a fucking argument to counter it. Everything points to Odegaard and Martinelli get out of my club. Everything points to that. Everything. From a defensive standpoint, I'm like a whatever who I would get off. Them two, obviously, there. I've still got one more player to chop. It's always going to be Havertz for me. And I'll tell you why it's Havertz. Because Gabriel Jesus has got 1 year less on his deal. That's the only reason why. That's why. Kai Havertz, 285k a week. He's still got 2.5, 3 years left on his deal. That guy, he's come in and he's done great link-up play with Gyökeres. Oh, what, for 80 minutes? Oh, that's it. That's the answer. What, for 8 minutes? For 80 minutes. He ain't even amassed a whole total game of football. And well, they look majestic together. Oh yeah, that's a partnership. What do you mean? We're talking about a partnership. Look, I've took longer shits than they've played together. Do you know what I mean? After a tricky fucking curry. Do you know what I mean? I've took longer shits. What we doing? Do you know what I'm saying? In a customer's house, what we doing here?
I got a question for everybody. Besides players, who would be your short list of 3 different managers that you would take at Arsenal? And Chick, you could do the same thing because there's talks that Pep's
probably going to go.
Walking away from Manchester City. But if you guys had a short list to interview 3 different guys for the manager job, who would you guys look at?
Let's see. Oh God, that's a tough one. Probably, I would like De Zerbi. De Zerbi's a good coach. Yeah, he's a good coach. What's the guy who's in La Liga? What's the guy's name? I would look at him.
Who, Flick?
No. The guy that won the league with what's his name? Or the City team that the City owners who bought part of the team.
Oh, Michel, or what's his name from Girona?
That's who I would take.
Really? You're
That's
taking
actually my
project
number
managers.
one.
Okay. Aaron, who's your 3 if you had 3 managers to interview for the job, who are your 3 managers that you're looking at, and who would you take?
Just have Enrique now, innit, man? I'll have that geezer now.
Yeah.
Enrique.
Quasha?
That's funny, but Enrique, Conte as well. I mean, Gianni's talking about Conte. I'll bring Conte.
Okay.
I think Conte in. I'm not sure if you guys know about this. Would anyone take Simeone at Arsenal?
That could
Lee
be
likes him.
With the players, he fits the profile on how he could play. I don't know if it's going to make.
But they're going to talk about, but he plays negative football. It's the haram ball derby between Simeone and Arteta. Aaron, don't forget, Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid, the haram ball derby. Apparently, they said Simeone plays haram football. That's why they said that. They don't rate Simeone style of play.
Okay. Macy, who are your 3 managers that you would interview, and then who would you actually take?
So I would say Enrique, Simeone if he's available, or I would go and get Hansi Flick from Barcelona. Yeah, that could be a good choice. Hansi Flick.
Yeah.
Enrique.
Do you know what? Do you know what as well, boys? It's anything. It's a shake-up, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We're dusty. We're stale. Look, we moved, and do you know what I mean? Just a fucking shitload of dust cascaded down upon ourselves. That's how stuck
now.
We are. We're dusty. We're stale. Well, do you know when you open that bag of crisps up? I love you. I don't know what you call them over there. What do you
chips?
What do you call them?
Chips.
Yeah. You call them chips over there. That's it. You open them up. And do you know when they've been opened previously at the bottom, and you open the first one and you eat it, and you're like, you munch into it, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, that's had a bit of fucking old H2O to it, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Good old oxygen's fucking done its thing, and it's absolutely made that stale as anything. That's what it's like. It's a stale monster munch. That's what this team are. A stale fucking prawn cocktail monster munch.
For me, there's only one guy I'm calling. I'm calling Carlo Ancelotti.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, but here's another thing.
7 years too late, Gianni.
Yeah.
7 years too late. But listen, you saw what he did at Real Madrid both times, where he spruced it up, got it over the line. You saw it the second time, winning 2 doubles in 3 years. The problem with Arsenal is a mentality issue.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we like players or not, if you could ship out 3 players, the mentality is the problem. There is no bigger mental monster when it comes to a manager than Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah, but here's the problem with us choosing these managers. Are the Cronkies going to back them? That's the thing, because the Cronkies are the reason. Like the Cronkies, for me, like we don't trust these guys. Normally Josh as well, because remember Josh, like is still like the co-owner of the football club, and he's the one that brings in these people to operate for Arsenal. So once Mikel Arteta leaves this football club, and if we don't win the Premier League, he will leave at one point. And if we do get a proper manager, is Josh Kroenke going to back them? That's my question.
Yeah, he will. He will.
Okay, like
I agree.
Wow.
I think he will.
I mean, like,
brother, here's if you look at the history of Arsenal, the only reason why Arteta's been able to do what he's doing is because you're in America. You know, he moved the St. Louis Rams to Los Angeles.
That's
if
true.
you're a money man, you're worried about your money. Your Premier League team doesn't make anywhere near the amount of fucking money that an NFL team does. So
Nowhere near.
You're going to go to money first. So it is what it is. Every single team the Kroenkes have owned have won recently. The Nuggets have won. The Avalanche,
the LA Rams,
the Rams have won. Arsenal's the next one on the list, and you're seeing it right now. That's why Berta was brought in. So we've had 7 different board members walk out of this team because them board members ain't sucking off money off the top anymore to put into their pockets because the board is more responsible. We can say whatever we want about the Kroenkes. He gave them £1 billion to spend. That's on the board. That's on the shit. That's on the shit recruitment and everything else that has been there for that long. I'm sorry. You give any other team across Europe $1 billion, they're running the fucking league for years. They're not spending $1 billion and still talking about what if, buts, and maybes winning.
Yeah. I just simply cannot. I simply cannot believe Stan Kroenke moved the Los Angeles Rams from St. Louis to LA. I can't believe he moved them, man.
St. Louis is a shit.
I do. Yes, that's what I mean.
St. Louis, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New Orleans, and Cleveland are the largest pile of shit cities in the United States.
Oh, let's not talk about Baltimore. Come on. I've been to Baltimore. It's a sick city. Come on.
The downtown area is nice.
Yeah.
Once you get 2 miles outside of downtown, looks like a bomb went off.
Yeah, you better run when you go 2 miles out. No, you're right.
Like a game of Fallout, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's worse than that.
It's so bad.
Oh, I don't know. But listen, man, look. Go on, Macy. Come.
It's okay, Harry. I just really wish Stan Kroenke was watching us play football because I know, but still, like, it would be nice if Stan for once be's a man and come to the Emirates and watch us play football, because remember,
he's a pig.
Yeah, because he's sending his son to do his dirty work because he's doing the same thing Vince McMahon does with his son Shane McMahon.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a hell of a fucking thing there.
Yeah, man, because Vince McMahon is that's the same because Stan and Vince are the same because they're always sending their sons to do their work for them.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah, that's fucking that's ridiculous, isn't it, man? What can you do there? But listen, we're gonna wrap there, man. We got three and a half hours in. It's a nice time to wrap. Let me first say thank you very, 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 very much to every single one of you that's still in the building for a start. There's 85 of you or 84 of you still in there. We've been going for quite a while. I didn't think we was going to do this. I've just let it flow because it needed to be. This is a big conversation. That's what it's about. And we need to have these conversations, these horrible conversations, these awkward conversations, these conversations that all these top gooners, they don't want to hear, because in their pretty little world, everything is sunshines and rainbows and unicorns. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, in the real world, we have to just suck it up and deal with what we've got and man up and move through it. And this isn't a nice time. And it is awkward and it is uncomfortable. And it's going to be uncomfortable until the rest of the season. If Arsenal Football Club are to win the league, trust me, there will be no more people you will ever view on YouTube than us. Be happy about it. Than yourselves. Because all the real ones are in here. All 89 of you. All the real ones are in here. All the real ones are in here. Big up to all of you. All the real ones are on this panel. Big up to all of you. Mm-hmm. This is what we're saying.
Big up, man.
This is what we're saying. It's gonna be a slog from now until the rest of the season. And if you think otherwise, bruv, Zank's not wired up right up top. One thing I can guarantee you is there is going to be punishment in terms of visual watching football. I'm going to be punished for my further 7, 8, 9 attempts at the Emirates Stadium. I'm going to be punished when I go to Wembley. I hope I'm not punished at full time. I hope I'm not going to be punished at Budapest if we get to a Champions League final. Boom, boom, boom. But we'll be there for it. But what I'm saying is there is a lot of punishment on the way in terms of dastardly football. Rocky Dennis football is a coming. Rocky Dennis football is here and it's here to stay. And it's the ugliest football you've ever seen. And that's what you got to prepare yourselves for. You got to prepare yourselves for the squeaky bum time, because we're squeaky bumming in January and February. It's not even fucking March. And we've got the squeakiest of bums. We're like a fucking floorboard in the fucking 19th fucking century hotel. It's ridiculous. Gianni, what have you got coming up, my brother?
Now that I started dropping content, I'm doing a lot of shit.
Boy.
Tomorrow I'm on with Rashid. I got Rashid coming on to do the who he would pay to see 11. We got a special Ligue 1 in French ballers for this one for our guy Rashid. Sunday, I got DJB coming on to do the same thing. That one's gonna be rough with all the great players that he was already telling me he's thinking about looking at. Big up Football Capo every time. And then also Sunday, I believe it's in the works. We just got to figure out a couple things, but I think me and Shane are doing a watch along for the Napoli-Roma game for the return leg. So we'll see what's going on. But yeah, that, and then Shane, Tuesday, I got Shane coming on for his 11. So got a lot of content dropping. So
and Vincenzo's saying as well, we'll do this as well because it's fair. Big up to Vincenzo, man. Big up to you. Prediction for Wigan.
We should be beating.
There's going to be no Kim Kallstrom scoring a broken back penalty either in this game, by the way, in the FA Cup.
It should be 5-0, but with the way we're doing, 2-1.
Yeah. Holy
or
shit.
1-0.
Holy shit. Macy, what's up, brother?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be. I mean, I've got I don't have a channel, but I'm gonna be watching some FA Cup games tomorrow, especially the Arsenal Wigan game on Sunday. We have to win that game because we need to send a message to Wolves, because Wednesday's game is a very crucial game for us in the Premier League. So once we beat Wigan, then we'll send it, like, this will be like a message to Wolves for our next Premier League game. So we have to beat Wigan. And the thing is, I do not want to see Declan Rice or Urian Timber start that game on Sunday. We need to be starting the players that this manager never picked, by the way. So we need to start these players, and we need to put in a good performance against Wigan, because remember, we've had a horrible history going out of the fourth round of the FA Cup. So we cannot go out of the FA Cup this time. We have to take this FA Cup seriously, because we remember this manager has 1 year, that has one chance left to win us a trophy, so that he might stay, but he's not going to stay. He's not. So he has to win something this season. So this FA Cup game against Wigan might be his only chance of salvaging a trophy or something. So I'm gonna watch that game very closely, and I hope we play better football than yesterday's horrible game against Brentford.
Bro, if he loses to Wigan, the crash out is about to be so real.
Yeah,
so real if he gets knocked out of this FA Cup.
Just quickly as well, just quickly before we do come to COYG as well. Who's live? Who's live that we like?
I thought BBK was live, but he ended the stream. Sorry.
Oh, he's ended it, is he? I was going to say, that'd have been straight over to that game.
Husam's live.
I mean, am I subscribed? I don't think I am. Let's have a little. Let me have a little goosey. But Guaja, what you got coming up, brother? Where can we find you? Thank you very much for coming on, my amigo, amigo.
That's fine, man. I love these calling shows. We just love to.
I love the fact that you give me your time, bro.
Yeah, I'm just enjoying it, to be honest with you. I just love to chef up these top goodness that's spouting absolute waffle, coming out saying, "Oh, but a draw is a draw. We take the point and we move on," and all this. You know what they're saying. A point is a point, and we move on, right? You know what I'm saying? That these top goodness, Igal comes on and say, "Back the team." You got Christian Sutcliffe saying, "Back the team, bro." We back the team every day. We're not happy with the performances, right? We're all not happy with the performances. If we don't like the performances, we will criticize. That's end of. So I don't want to hear any of you crying. If we don't win this league, I don't want to hear your excuses. You can all you Arteta sexuals, pack your bags, walk away with him, his wife, his kids, and don't ever come back. Right? And to be honest with you, I'm just gonna just chill out and might be doing my match reaction on YouTube. Maybe put it on shorts. So yeah, you might check it out. But all in all, disappointing result on Thursday, and we move on.
Yeah, no, what more we can do about? Cheers, bruv. As well, Chick, bruv. Big up to you, my friend. Thank you very much. Whereabouts in America you from?
I'm from Connecticut, Farmington, Connecticut, the middle of nowhere.
Oh, nice, man.
East Coast.
Yeah, East Coast, the expensive coast.
Yeah.
Maybe looking to move to a Florida, no state income tax. But you can you can find me.
You almost nearly got me doing the old no state income tax, no VAT, no money back, no guarantee. Only fools and horses over here, bruv. Sorry, mate. You know what I mean? It's nearly done me there.
Now you can find me on Instagram on UKC. That's my Instagram handle. Feel free to follow me. You can follow me on You can follow me on X on UKCK99. You can follow me there. And Gianni was generous enough to give me his contact info. So we may be doing some content in the future, fellow American. And I'm definitely going to try and do some City I watch along because the Premier League is horrendous. I don't even know how you guys still watch this league. It's awful.
You won't be disappointed. City I is making a comeback the way they play.
They better, because the Premier League has just gotten terrible. And it's on Paramount Plus too, City I, which is amazing.
Yep.
So yeah, that's where you can find me. And Aaron, I can't thank you enough for having me on. I really
Now
appreciate
you're cool,
it.
man.
Thank you.
No, you're cool, innit? No. That's what we want. That's what we do the call-in show for. Do you know what I mean? To just have some voices on, come in and say their thing. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's all about. You do it properly. No, thank you. No, thank me. Thank you. That's what it's all about, man. No, that's be part of it. No. Honestly, the pleasure's all mine, brother. We're gonna raid over to Don C. We're gonna raid all the bots that I bought. We're gonna send them all the bots that I bought. So sorry for sending you all the bots that I've paid for. On that note, we're gonna love you and leave you. Boom. Bye, bots. Bye, bots.
Take care, guys.
Toodaloo.